Hey, what up, everybody? I hope all of y'all is having a blessed and humble day. I hope all of y'all continue to have a blessed and humble day. Make sure that my mic is working. Hey, what up, everybody? I hope all of y'all is having a blessed and mic is working. All right, I hope all of y'all is having a blessed and humble day. Continue to have a blessed and humble morning, y'all. It's your shorty Rachel. And today, hey, I want to welcome all of y'all to the Writers for Life brings you the Let's Talk About It podcast. And y'all know that, when it comes to the podcast, there's no filters, there's no, let's talk about it. We're going to talk about it all. So today we're going to be reacting to a Florida mom who drowns her handcuffed son in a pool. We're going to react to one of Papa Duck's messages and to, let me get the name of the case right before. All right, so this is a case where he wanted to be more than cousins. The murder of Zion Foster, true crime documentary. So these two cases right here, I do have the court trials, set up. I am going to do another. I'm going to do two separate lives on these two cases on the trial. But today we're going to hear about the case. So basically, that's what we're going to do. We're going to react on these two cases. I will drop the link in a little bit. Anybody is more than welcome to come up, talk to a shorty. I want to take a minute and thank everybody who's been rocking out with a shorty, has rocked out with a shorty, shared her messages and much more, helped her bring awareness. Let's do this, y'all. The whole purpose of the podcast is, we're going to bring the news, we're going to bring awareness to the stuff, and we're going to try to bring solutions to the table. And if you're the type that can't bring solutions to the table and you just want, drama and beef and all that, listen, man, there's always an exit. Over here, we don't deal with the bullshit. We have fun. Oh, and let's not forget, I'm also going, we're going to react to another comedy stand-up from Caroline Picard. Yo, this old head is funny. I wish we had more old heads like this out here, yo. So shout out to Caroline Picard. Shout out to Papa Duck. And let's get this joint started, y'all. Let me share the screen real quick. All right, so we're going to start off with one of Papa Duck's messages. Shout out to Papa Duck. Switch this
Man, she big.
I just switched the account. I hate these damn ads. So we're going to play the video on my premium account. There we go. Let's get it started. So let's hear what Papa Duck got to say.
Big brother back with another one. It's your boy Papa Duck. This video is sponsored by UbuntuApparel.com. Make sure you hit the website. Double salute to everybody that hit the website, bought anything off the website, man. That's all I ask, man. Thank y'all so much. And I also ask y'all to share these videos. Now, listen, this is another important video for you. I've been telling y'all time after time after time after time, your ignorance to the law is no excuse. And here's why.
Yo, that's a fact. I don't get tired of people. Yo, go learn your laws. Go learn your rights. Yesterday, no, it wasn't even yesterday. I think it was yesterday. No, it wasn't yesterday. Was it yesterday morning? Where, I was doing the TikTok reactions, and they're talking about they already passed that they're trying to pass this doctoring. I forgot the Chevy doctoring law, something like that. And apparently, if they do pass that, I think there won't be no more feds, no more CIA. Basically, like there won't be taxes amongst us here in our own, city or state. I think something like that. But if we sell, right, if other countries purchase something from us over here, we have to make sure that we collect the taxes from over there. Like when they purchase stuff from over here, they collect their taxes. I mean, it's crazy. I'm gonna do another live about that, breaking that joint down, and hopefully a lot of people can understand. But yo, right now, I suggest a lot of y'all learn the laws, y'all rights, these bills, and y'all commandments, because it's way more than just 10 commandments. All right, it's way more. I think that if I'm not mistaken, it's 100 and some change on commandments. So I suggest for a lot of y'all to go out there, do your research. Don't go by what a shorty is saying. What I do, right, is I sit here and I bring the news to y'all, right? I give my opinion, I give my perspectives, but it's up to y'all to pick up the load and do your own research. Like, let's get this John started, all right? Let's hear what public is. It's crazy because we do gotta learn the laws.
Wow.
Well, I have a book here called The Oxford Companion to the Supreme Court of the United States. And there's a maxim of law that states if you don't know your rights, you don't have any. But don't try to shit on the people who know the rights and enforcing the rights and try to make them look crazy. Book reference, Maxims of Law. If a person neglect to insist on his rights, he is deemed to have abandoned it. It is ignorance of the law when we do not know our own rights. Ignorance of those things which one is bound to know excuses not. Ignorance of the law excuses no one, for all are bound to know the law.
As you've heard for yourself, okay? Your ignorance to what you know and don't know is no excuse. And I told y'all this is how they look at it. There's no motherfucking class in school right now that teaches you this. Why? Because they'll never give you the rules to the game. Why do you think people, I mean by the millions, all fail when it comes to credit, money management, just simple basic communication?
Not just that, Papa Duck. Do you know that people are still stuck on the loopholes of math? Let me ask you a question. If 2 plus 2 is 4, how in the world is 2 times 2 still equaling 4? I mean, I ask that question a lot, and people be like, "You tripping?" No, see, there's regular math. You got algebra. You got geometry. You got physics. Now, when we go into the physics, right, all the loopholes into the math disappear, right? Because when you do 2 times to the second square, right, that equals 8. But if you take that loophole away, 2 times 2 in reality is 8. I mean, hey, I want y'all to go do your own research. Call me crazy, say whatever y'all want about me. But I've been doing my research. I've been re-educating myself. I've been learning. And what's crazy is when I was in school, I was failing math. Now, I go take a GED test. I'm for sure that I can pass that math test. Like this is crazy, look. And I tried it. They tested me already. And what's crazy is me learning the physics of math is helping me with my math. I had to learn the physics to understand this messed up math that they're teaching us in school. And what's crazy is, right, when you hit college, you'll see the difference and you'll see what the real math is all about. That's what they say, right? And what's crazy is when I was in GED, the teacher that was teaching me, she was explaining and breaking all this down. The physics is what matters. Physics, man, y'all better listen to Terrence Howard. Y'all think that man is crazy? He's more intelligent than what y'all think he is.
When dealing with a significant other, do you understand the ignorance of people as to being able to communicate with their wife or their husband? You don't understand, like people don't understand the tools that you've been given by the government and the tools that you've been given by this nation.
Facts.
It's for you to fail. This is how they stay in control.
Mind control.
I told you, you got to think for your damn self, bro. Think.
Facts. Free thinkers.
Boy, I do these videos every day. Boy, I'm gonna keep them coming. I'm gonna show y'all. I'm gonna show y'all.
Yo, keep them coming with all the proof and all the evidence you got. And trust me, I'm gonna keep sharing them. I'm gonna keep reacting to them, and I'm gonna keep pushing the message out there. Shout out to Papa Duck.
Just how y'all can get out of this shit. First of all, you must understand so that you can overstand what is going on. You playing a game by people that are not giving you the rules to these games. Why do you think shit keep failing? Why do you think in America people keep getting sick? Because they poisoning us. Don't you know and blood pressure medication, that shit is made with snake venom.
Oh snap!
Listen, you are put in an environment, bro, limited resources, limited education, and you.
Yo, I'm about to go look up what is the main ingredients of the blood pressure medication they be giving people. Like, what is really in everything? I know some of the ingredients in certain medications, right? And I know the effects, but I don't know everything, and I am learning. You know what's crazy? Yesterday I was watching this movie called Sleep on Tubi, right? And what's crazy, right? They broke this John down, and they called it in this movie. They call the experiment called Project. They have an experiment called Project 239, and yo, trust me, I had to go down deep down a rabbit hole. I'm sitting here searching and searching, like, yo, like I'm trying to figure out what they talking about. Boom, 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 boom. The Ultra MK, whatever that thing is called. You know how they was talking about that for a while, and I think some people are still talking about the MLK or MGK, whatever that thing is called. But basically, right, it's all about mind control, manipulation, and all this came out during when Reagan was in office, right? President, just in case for for those that don't know who that is. And I've had questions, and I've asked so many people throughout the years about the mind control, manipulation, psychiatrists, psychologists. I don't know if y'all remember back then. You know the movie Get Out and all that stuff, right? Yo, it's crazy how that movie tested my noggin, and it made me really do some research. All this shit goes hand in hand. I know a lot of people don't want to hear it, but a lot of this shit goes hand in hand, whether y'all like it or not. The crazy part is, right, me watching this movie, I sat here doing like maybe 2-3 hours of research yesterday, right? And like they talked about the LSD. Y'all know what that is, right? They drug people with that, makes you hallucinate, blah, 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 blah. Well, they talked about the LSD. They talked about how, basically they figured out how they could sit here, right, instead of electrocuting people and doing all this stuff. You know how they would put people in institutions and stuff like that, and like do how can I say it? They will sit here and like make you forget certain things. Hypnosis. There you go. That's what it's called, hypnosis. They will sit here and do hypnosis and stuff like that. But back in the days, they would, put you in the bed, put these little things in here, shock you, blah blah blah. To actually, they say it's to control you, to manipulate you, to make you do, what they want you to do. So basically, now in this era, allegedly, and give me 1 second, guys, because I do have to do this, whether I like it or not. I have to always do this. YouTube, I got my own disclaimer. Copyright disclaimer. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976, allowance is made for fair use for the purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Fair use allows limited use of copyrighted material without permission from the copyright holder for purpose such as criticism, parody, news reporting, research, and scholarships and teaching. Disclaimer. The views and opinions expressed on this video or any video, including the Writers for Life Brings You to Let's Talk About It podcast, do not reflects on the opinions of your shorty Racheal and the members of the Writer for Life podcast. Everything we talk about is allegedly and is our opinion. Our videos are not recommended for minors. Everything we talk about and do is meant for educational purposes and also entertainment. Please keep in mind that the majority of our videos are for educational purposes only. This world is crazy. I would say shady. Ironic, right? Nowadays, you can't trust no one. When you do, niggas be having their panties all in a bunch thinking that they own one. Saying the things that you accomplished in life is theirs and that you owe them one. So, like I was saying, basically, they're saying, right, that in this era, they found a way to manipulate, brainwash, control people without having to shock them, without having to do all this extreme stuff, right? And all of this is done allegedly through pills. That's what they're saying. So YouTube, all this is allegedly, all this, Everything that a shorty is saying does not reflect on the Writers for Life podcast. This is just an opinion. This is just a conclusion that the shorty has come to, but doing her research. And this is just for entertaining purposes, which I have to say. So the crazy part about this is, right, they say that they're doing it through the mental health system. They're finding ways to actually allegedly control people, like, by giving them the zanies, by giving them all these pills and stuff like that. Yo, I'm so glad that I don't take none of these psychiatric pills, none of that. Like, people think that, they say they diagnose you with bipolar depression and stuff like that. You have to sit here and stuff yourself down with me. Sit here and stuff all this medication down your throat to just calm down, relax, or figure out how to, deal with your depression, your anxiety, or your bipolar, your mood swings. And what's crazy is that I figured out that through a change of diet, all this can be controlled. But to each his own. I'm just, giving out my opinion. This is my opinion once again.
You got so many examples, bro. People go broke every day. People don't know nothing about credit. People don't know nothing about nothing. And this is how they keep themselves in control over us. The motherfuckers will lie to you, bro. Lie to you, bro. And I tell you, if you don't claim your own identity as a person, as a culture, they'll replace it with an authentic identity that aligns with their agendas. That's it, bro. I don't care how many motherfucking championships LeBron wins.
Pay attention.
He's still controlled. You know what I'm saying? That's why I said when you think about it, because they take away your critical thinking. When you think about it, shit don't make no sense. There's no one advocating for this. I don't care who win the presidency. I don't care who wins the city commissioner. They're all in cahoots. You must understand. You must fit the description to play the role. They're not putting no city commissioners in there to help the people. Are you fucking crazy?
Cha.
They're not doing it.
I peeped that.
It'll get them out of control, out of position of power. They're not finna just walk off the throne. They're not going to send you to their schools and give you all the tools to overthrow them. It don't make sense. As long as we're playing their game, we're not going to win, bro. These people do some of the silliest shit because we don't think.
So as we the people, what are we going to do? What can we do? How are we going to stand up? Me, I've already said what we got to do. I spoke up. I'm still speaking up. I'm speaking up towards, the schools, our kids. I'm basically, I speak up for a lot of the kids out here. I didn't just speak up for my son. I chose to sit here and speak up for his friends and other people. I chose to sit here and try to unite parents together so that we can speak up towards the school system and much more. I chose to put one foot into politics and one foot into the streets so that I could help these kids. You know how many people have sat here and said, Ray, you should run for the mayor. But listen, I'm needed out here because there's not enough people out here standing up. And what's crazy is that everybody thinks that we need just one leader. No, stand up, lead our communities. Those that know what to do need to stand up and not be scared. Don't back down. Get up, speak up. Show these kids. Listen, not everybody is meant to be a leader. And if you know what to do and you know you could do it, take that step. Don't sit around and wait, because trust me, ain't no Superman coming around with a cape coming here to help you and fix these problems that we got amongst in our communities. We got to get up. We got to fight the legislators. We got to sit here and find the tools to dismantle their system little by little. What's crazy, we got to use the same tools they have. See, nobody's peeped that. Use their same tools. But hey, I'm shorty, I'm just crazy to some. They say yes.
We don't notice it. How the fuck they gonna say there's too many people on Earth, but they creating robots? They fighting. We talking about different nations. Them bitches fighting to make a artificial human, but there's too many humans on Earth. If you think about it, that shit makes no sense. We should burn every lab they got down. Look what they doing to our fools. Look what they doing to our children in school. Why the fuck we send our children to their fucking school? The crazy part about this is this.
Papa Duck, they don't want to listen.
Even with slavery, and I say this too, slavery went from private to public, which means all the white folks that was racist, you know, that don't like slavery, should be mad because now you could be a slave. If you go to jail as a white man or a white woman, you become state property. You're no different than us. Wake up. For those who don't get it,
And it's true. All the white people, you know, that everybody screams hate all white people. And what's crazy is there's a lot of white people standing right next to us, hand in hand, side by side. Y'all don't want to hear that.
for those who do get it, double salute. We must understand, bro. This is what you fighting for. This up here, they fight for this. Who controls this? Imagine a black man, 6'2", 6'3", solid. That's a lot of energy. How can we control that energy?
How?
So anytime you see, the first black this or the first young, she's 14 years old, already got college credits, and she's this, don't mean shit. You know why? Because she's going to take her skills or his skills and work for them.
Yo, so
there's no
true.
Black community where they finna put all this geniusness into. They're going to work for the government. Even if you was if you a hacker and you can hack your ass off, they want you to work for them.
Let me let y'all in another little secret. You know, your kids with autism, right? The ones that are into computer, the ones with the real high IQs, the ones that can sit here and build a computer, that know that coding without having to be taught, the ones that figure it out on their own, the real smart ones, because, there's tiers to autism, right? And people, they hear autism, they think that a child can't speak, that a child is always with a temper tantrum, or they don't understand nothing. Even with them, they're smart. Don't let their temper tantrums and their behavior fool you. That's why I keep telling people, just because they're autistic, don't mean they slow, they're dumb, or they're retarded. You're retarded, you're slow, you're dumb if you think that they're not smart. If you think that they're not intelligent. What's crazy is their IQ is higher than ours, believe it or not. But people want to sit here and bring them down. But you got to watch it, right? Because when it comes to the government, your child with autism, that is that smart, that is into computers, technology, and coding, and all that stuff, game development, he'll be the first one they'll hire before they hire you. Well, we don't want to wake up. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but listen to what Papa Duck is saying. Listen. I'm just piggybacking off of what he's saying and giving my opinion and what I've seen.
That's why I say you're not free, you're assimilated. Because if you were, as a Black person, you could bring all those, the geniusness that you have and your resources and what you know, you could bring it to the Black community to uplift the Black community or to uplift the people's community, which we should be looking at it like that, because they don't give a fuck what color you are. Man, we're in the same boat, man. And we've been fighting these same people forever, bro.
Yo, he just gave me an idea for a shirt, and I'm gonna trade. I'm gonna get that John. I'm gonna make it a trip. Oh, I can't say it. I forget the word right now. But basically, I'm gonna own that logo, man. Like the people. What did he say? Hold on. I gotta go back. The people's community. Yep, the people's community. A new shirt coming. The people's community.
We should be looking at it like that, because they don't give a fuck what color you are. Man, we're in the same boat, man. And we've been fighting these same people forever, bro. Same people, bro. If you look at Roman days, it's the same shit. They used Christianity. They converted people to worship a certain religion to take over them. People are afraid of that, bro. I'm not telling you what to believe in. I'm just telling you what's real. You feel me? I've been put here on earth just like you, bro.
Sure, I'll be saying the same thing, Papa. I'm not here to try to change your mind. I'm just here telling you the reality, what it is, what's out here. I get, how people say, oh, but the reality is, no, I don't know what your reality is, but this is what's supposed to be the reality. But the reality is that your reality is that you're going by a trend. That's the reality. A lot of people are just going by a trend.
But I understand. Religion is a book. Christianity, it's in your DNA. It's in your essence. People didn't walk around reading books back in them days, in Kemet days. They didn't read it. They lived it.
Facts.
How can we continue to go? And I always use, people say I talk about church, but I'm just being real. Man, don't you know these same people food the shit out your grandma and you ain't mad? If your grandma, your granddaddy can come back right now, they'll tell you, baby, they lie. They lie. Ain't no white man coming out no sky to save you. Don't give a fuck who you is. And they look at us and they laugh at this shit, bro. They laugh at us, bro. You think God will be okay with one group of people being with money and resources and, and another group of people ain't got shit? And they tell us, oh, that don't mean nothing. If it ain't mean nothing, bitch, then why y'all want it? Why the fuck do y'all want it if it don't mean nothing? Oh, money ain't everything. It ain't that the fact money is everything. It's the influence that money has. People will kill you for a stack of fake ass money.
No, that's so true. All right, hold on. I got a little poem. Let me see if I can find it. Is it this one? Let me see.
Fragile heart. Fragile.
No, that's not it. I'm not gonna be able to find it. So, damn. This is crazy. Man. But hey, let me put the Laws and Rights poem on.
In the land of the free, laws guide our way, but some turn a blind eye, letting warriors sway. Knowledge is power, in rights we find might. As civilians, it's crucial to stand up and fight. Justice is served when we know what's at stake. Ignoring our laws leaves room for mistake. Warriors defend us with all their might, but as civilians, we must also shine light. To uphold our freedom, to keep justice in sight, we must educate ourselves on what's wrong and what's right. Let's not sit idle while warriors bear the load. As civilians, let's rise and share the same code.
No other way I could break that down, but I know I got a poem for what he just said. Damn, I gotta upload it on the StreamYard.
So it ain't the money, it's the belief that the motherfucker worth something. And you can channel that in a negative or positive way.
Facts.
You gotta be a thinker, bro. Just gotta think for yourself. All I want to do is show y'all that your ignorance to the law, your ignorance to your rights, your ignorance to anything in this life is your fault. Do not look for them to help you. Do not look for them to educate you. Because again, they will never send you to a school, give you all the tools to overthrow them. It don't make no fucking sense. So a lot of times when we see stuff, we be so behooved because we're so behind. If you knew anything about radio frequencies and all that, that's come on, bro. What is that? That shit fascinating because you feel like, oh, that's Wi-Fi. Oh, that's Wi-Fi. That shit wireless. Get the fuck out of here, bro. All the technology and all the things on Earth that they don't want to get out there. So shit like Nikola Tesla was telling them about, it's magnetic energy right around us, free energy. They're not going to bring it out because it'll fuck up what they got going on. carburetors running off water. Stan Myers, he invented a carburetor that ran 100% off water. They killed him. The last words he said was, they poisoned me. There's so many technologies out there that can help us as people, but these demonic, greedy motherfuckers ain't gonna put it out there. They'll buy the patent and they'll shut it down. Or they'll shut you down.
That's so true.
So you better wake up. All that being scared shit and you scared, bitch, you better use your common sense. God gave you common sense for a reason, and that's what they don't want you to use. Why they so busy trying to tell you what to do, what to think, how to think, when not to think?
Facts. Come on, y'all. When we gonna wake up? Here we go. Listen to this.
In the trap, you'll get lost, thinking you the boss, not realizing that the streets are the game. Once you've come up, you should have got out, but you got greedy and lost your luck. In the cycle of crime and deceit, now your downfall is all but concrete. The streets don't forgive, they just take, leaving you broken, no escape. From the consequences of your actions in the trap, there are no fractions.
And that's a fact.
Come on, bro. So that's all I want to do, let y'all know that, you know what I'm saying? And like I say, man, all my videos, I appreciate y'all, leaving your comments. I appreciate y'all. If you learn anything, bro, just share that bit. Hit the website, man. This is how y'all can help me.
Yeah, that's so true. Make sure y'all check out Papa Duck, yo. This right here, like, I love his messages. I gotta share them out. I always gotta. Man, we're in a world where we need to remember back then, man, for real.
Running through fields, laughter in the air, hand in hand without a single care. Skin colors varied, but heartbeats as one. Innocence and friendship shining like the sun. Playing games until the daylight fades. No judgments made, no need for barricades. Different shades of skin blending in unity. Childhood bliss, a pure community. Time has passed, but memories remain of a time when differences were not a chain. Let's hold on to that childhood song where love was a melody all along.
So once again, shout out to Papa Duck. Man, I was like, what happened? Shout out to Papa Duck, yo. It's crazy how a lot of us ain't woke. A lot of us still choose to stay asleep. That was a great message. I hope a lot of y'all understood. I hope it didn't go over y'all heads. We're about to move on to the next topic. Let me share the screen real quick. So we're about to start talking about a Florida mom that films herself tossing a handcuffed son, right? Hold on a second. Florida mom films herself tossing handcuffed son into pool to drown. I mean, time after time, I've said it. A lot of women ain't meant to be mothers. Like, people out here just think because she's a woman, oh, you got to believe her. Just because she's a woman, like a lot of, I'm going to make a lyrical poem on that. Like, I think I'm going to use that same beat. Let me see if I have it here. I hope it plays right. I'm going to use this beat. And I want y'all to listen to this poem before, I get my thoughts. I give my reaction and my opinion on this video. Like, I don't understand a lot of women in this world. Like, they say, believe all women and screw the men. But what's crazy is, right, a lot of these men are out here going hand in hand and fighting hard for a lot of us women that have been compelled.
In this world of blame and shame, we point fingers, we play the game. But as our children cry in fear, we turn the blind eye, we shed no tears. Believe all.
I don't know why it started like that.
In this world of blame and shame, we point fingers, we play the game. But as our children cry in fear, we turn the blind eye, we shed no tears. Believe our women, they say, while our kids are led astray. Lost in darkness, lost in pain, yet their cries fall silent like the rain. It's a shame how far we've come, blaming all the men playing dumb, but our children need us near to wipe their tears and calm their fears. In this land of the free, water's a commodity for you and me. Can't you see? It's not fair, it's plain to see. People struggling to pay for something they need every day. In America where we say we're free, but water shouldn't come at a fee. A shorty just speaking in general about the things that seem so small. This ain't meant towards everyone, just a cry in the dark. In America where water is marked. Brothers and sisters, hear my plea. This is not about you or me. Our kids are the future, they hold the key. Wake up before we're met with defeat. In this world of chaos and strife, we must guide them to a better life. Teach them love, compassion, and light, so they can lead us out of this endless night. Let's unite as one strong force. For our children, let's stay on course. Together we can make a change and secure a better future in exchange. Y'all should have listened the first time they let the cat out the hat. Now it's a crime. Many are falling into a trap, thinking it's a game, but they full of cap. Some are ready and fully strapped, while others keep falling into the gap. The warning signs were clear as day, but some chose not to heed what they say. Now the consequences come to light. Those who ignored are in for a fight. Listen close and learn from this mishap. Don't be caught unaware, don't fall into the trap. From the wisdom of my elders I learned women are strong, independent and firm, but sometimes we need a helping hand to conquer challenges and make a stand. Independence is crucial, that's true, yet together with a man we can pursue. Respect yourself first and foremost, so others will treat you like the most. Ladies growing up, remember this advice: you're capable of anything you devise, but partnership and respect go hand in hand. Embrace your strength and make a stand. Memories of the past I couldn't see, now I understand. The wisdom they gave me: respect yourself first, that's the key. To earn respect from others is how it should be. A man's worth measured by how he treats his queen. Love and romance in the air, a beautiful scene. A woman's power to uplift or demean. In her hands lies a man's dream. Lessons learned from an OG so true. In matters of the heart, they know what to do. Love and respect intertwined like glue, in a world where old-fashioned values still ring through. Peter Pan, Peter Pan, Peter Pan was a fairy tale. Now males want to be females without fail. Women want to be a man, it's a twisted tale. Flipping scripts and roles, they set sail. Fighting for roles, turning to moles. Making hits with their agenda goals. Targeting our kids, it takes a toll. To them it's a bliss, to us it's a black hole. They ain't trying to miss. Their agenda is the ultimate twist, infiltrating young minds with their list, but we won't let them persist. I'm with women's rights, but what about men's too? Equality for all, it's long overdue. We want progress, we need to see both sides. Blame and shame won't help us unite. Don't label him a deadbeat without looking in the mirror. Sometimes it takes two to create rupture. Let's have conversations that include everyone. Empathy and understanding, the battles can be won. Men face struggles too, let's not forget. Their mental health matters, let's not neglect. It's time to break down walls and build bridges instead. Together we can strive for equality ahead. You scream for the police every time he come around, then scream child support abuse, playing victim in this town. Enjoy that check, boo, but remember what goes up must come down. The only time he's worthy is when he bails you out the mess you found. You play the game manipulating hearts without a doubt, but karma's knocking at your door, there's no way out. You point fingers and shift the blame around, but in the end it's your own chaos that you found. You dance with danger, living on the edge of lies, but the truth will catch up to you, no more disguise. The man you rely on to clean up your mess is so profound, will soon see through your facade and leave you astounded. Using a child as a weapon, it's a shame. A woman who lacks self-respect, I can't acclaim. Real men fighting for what they believe in, never in vain. Standing 10 toes down, bringing awareness to the pain. Respect is earned by how you carry yourself, not by tearing others down for personal wealth. Real men don't back down, they fight with honor and stealth against injustice and falsehoods that threaten our health. Let's uplift each other instead of tearing apart, supporting one another from the start. Real men stand tall with courage in their heart, fighting for justice and truth, playing their part. Here's for the men who share their truth, never afraid to stand tall in their boots, respecting our women, fighting for what's right, supporting our kids day and night. Real women out there blazing trails, men by their side never looking pale. Rights for all, let's keep the balance true. Men have a voice, let's listen to. In this crazy world where battles are fought, let's remember the men who give it all they've got. Respect to those who speak their stories loud. Together we stand strong and proud. Together we stand, united we'll rise. setting an example for young eyes in every step we take in every plan, guiding the next generation's hand, leading by actions, not just by words, teaching them to fly like birds, showing love and respect in all we do, for they're always watching, taking cues. Hand in hand, let's pave the way for a better tomorrow, starting today. Our children learn from what they see. Let's show them how great they can be. Let's be what our children need. In this world of blame and shame, we point fingers, we play the game. But as
I thought the John was gonna stop on his own. Okay. So right now we're gonna be reacting to a Florida mom who films herself tossing handcuffed son into pool to drown. I don't know how some moms can call themselves moms. Like, if you can't handle your child, like, why not put your child up for adoption? I mean, like, there's so many parents out here. I mean, not parents. There's so many men and women out here. So many couples. So many husbands and wives that want to sit here, and have a baby, but they can't. While for some reason there are, women out here that have kids and they don't want them. And even if the dad wanted to be a part of the life or, have the child for himself, no. Why? Because they want to use the child as well. And then when they can't handle the child, they end up doing things like this. And I'm not speaking, about everybody. I'm just speaking in general. But if that shoe fits, man, you're more than welcome to put that bitch on. You can wear it, walk in it. And if you don't like what I say, if you don't like my opinions, if you don't like, how I talk and how I view things, man, the door is right there. Just make sure the doorknob doesn't hit you or the good Lord splits you. Let's get this John started. Let me make sure my mic is still working. Let me play it. It's right here. I gotta go get something to drink real quick.
And we want to warn you, the details of this tragedy are quite disturbing.
We cover a lot of tragic cases on this channel, but it seems that a lot of the stories that come out of Florida tend to be especially heinous. Today, we'll be discussing a woman by the name of Patricia Boyer Santazer, who immigrated to the United States from Haiti. Patricia seemed like an average 36-year-old. She was married to a man named Renee and the mother of 2 sons that she adopted from her home country. Her older son was 16 years old, and after a 3-year-long process, she welcomed Brian Boyer into her home in April of 2023, who was 4 at the time of our story. Patricia held a job at the ABC Liquors corporate office and aspired to start her own transportation service for students living in the Claremont, Davenport, Haines City, Winter Haven, and Poinciana area. She dubbed the business Victory Kids Services, which was supposed to be a safe and reliable door-to-door transportation service for children ages 3 to 18. In addition, Patricia aspired to start a daycare that she also dubbed Victory Daycare.
There's a huge government scandal going on that you need.
Oh, ho. I'm on the wrong channel. Switch you up real quick. Switch you up. I can't stand these commercials. So I apologize. I apologize for that, guys. Yo, this is crazy, man. Some people aren't meant to be mothers. Some women aren't meant to be mothers. Like, it's crazy because you should be grateful. A child is a blessing from God. How can a woman sit here and abuse her child or do anything to harm that angel? Like, it's a blessing. But it's like, I could understand someone that has a mental disorder, but somebody that doesn't. But then again, I don't know if she does. So let's start this over real quick so that, listen, man, I got to hear this correctly.
4-year-old boy is killed in Polk County, and we want to warn you, the details of this tragedy are quite disturbing.
We cover a lot of tragic cases on this channel, but it seems that a lot of the stories that come out of Florida tend to be especially heinous. Today, we'll be discussing a woman by the name of Patricia Boyer Santazer, who immigrated to the United States from Haiti. Patricia seemed like an average 36-year-old. She was married to a man named Renee and the mother of 2 sons that she adopted from her home country.
Damn, and they're not even her sons. These kids were adopted. Damn, they were adopted. Like I gotta this go to court, yo. I'm definitely gonna check the court trial, and I'm gonna do a reaction to that, like I said earlier on this live, and I'm gonna see what happened in the court. I want to see what the judge said and the witnesses and much more. Like how, like damn. First of all, you ain't have no kids of your own. These kids needed a home, and you sat here. Oh my god.
Her older son was 16 years old, and after a 3-year-long process, she welcomed Brian Boyer into her home in April of 2023, who was 4 at the time of our story. Patricia held a job at the ABC Liquors corporate office and aspired to start her own transportation service for students living in the Claremont, Davenport, Haines City, Winter Haven, and Poinciana area. She dubbed the business Victory Kids Services, which was supposed to be a safe and reliable door-to-door transportation service for children ages 3 to 18. In addition, Patricia aspired to start a daycare that she also dubbed Victory Daycare. There doesn't appear to be any evidence indicating that either of these businesses made it past the planning stages. Other than Patricia's Facebook page, which only consists of 2 friends, the only other mention of the businesses online ties back to a singular Yelp listing, which gave an address on Majesty Drive in Davenport, registered.
Damn, that's weird. She only had 2 friends on Facebook. Well, she did just, come from Haiti, so. But still. If you don't have patience for kids, why adopt a child? Start a daycare service and start a door-to-door service, a door-to-door transportation service to take kids from, I guess the daycare to the house or whatever it is. Why do this? Like people really confuse me.
Registered to her husband, Renee. The family lived in a pleasant suburban neighborhood in Davenport in a light yellow house with a single-car garage and a swimming pool in the backyard. Palm trees dotted the neatly manicured properties. From the outside, one would think that the Santazares were a typical loving family. But
Right?
sadly, that's not what tends to happen on this show, especially in Polk County.
May 1st, 2024 should have been like any other normal day for the 4-year-old. Brian, who attended Loftman Oaks Elementary School, presumably in their pre-K program, arrived home from school in a good mood. According to witnesses that interacted with the boy, nothing seemed amiss. Even looked completely normal on the school bus surveillance footage. According to his 16-year-old brother, who has not been named publicly by the media, Brian spent about 2 hours in a different.
So is his brother still alive? Okay, so it seems like she only killed one son. Okay. Wow, this is crazy. This is shot out, yo. Like, damn. And then the foster brother to sit here and witness all this. Yo, I'll be telling y'all, some women are not meant to be mothers.
Different room when their mother asked him to bring his brother a plate of food. However, something was wrong with Brian. He couldn't sit up on his own or walk at all. When the older boy informed Patricia of his state, she accused Brian of faking it and being over-dramatic and demanded that he feed him anyway. This is where things took a turn for the worse. During dinner, Brian was extremely lethargic, began to visibly shake, and threw up 3 different times. A stark contrast from the little boy with the can-do attitude who exited the school bus just hours earlier.
What if he was sick? Like, what if, he ate something and it didn't go down right? Like, she said, I don't listen, man. To hear cases like this really does break my heart. I don't know how some women. Man, my condolences go out to this little boy, his foster brother, and anybody that cared for him. Like, this woman went from Haiti, came here to the United States. I don't know if she married her husband over there. And she had 2 adopted kids. I guess she adopted them over there, or probably over here. Started a daycare. It makes no sense. Like, none of this adds up. Why do people do these things?
Soon, he felt unresponsive. The 16-year-old attempted CPR on his brother and demanded that Patricia bring him to the hospital.
Why not take him to the hospital? What is you so scared of? But in the beginning, they did say she was an immigrant. So hopefully it's not that. Because, damn, I've seen a lot of immigrants here, and not even them would do that. Like, sure.
On the way to the car, Brian continued to shake before falling to the ground flat on his back.
After being admitted to Advent Health Heart of Florida Hospital in Haines City, it was discovered that Brian was suffering from severe abdominal bleeding.
Wow.
He was airlifted to Orlando Health for emergency surgery, but sadly, little Brian was beyond help. The following day, the hospital informed the Polk County Sheriff's Office that Brian Boyer had passed away under suspicious circumstances. But what happened between his arrival from school and dinner? When questioned by police, Patricia claimed that Brian was weak and tired and was exhibiting flu-like symptoms for about a week. This directly contradicted the testimony of those who spent time with Brian that day at school.
So did he get sick at school, or was the foster mom doing something to the kid? Let's find out.
She also claimed that she never used physical punishment with either of her sons. This would soon be revealed as an outright lie. Due to the nature of little Brian's death, investigators quickly descended upon the Majesty Drive address armed with a search warrant. After seizing and reviewing the contents of Patricia's cell phone, they were shocked. 2 videos were discovered that solved the mystery of what happened to the little boy who just 1 year earlier escaped the civil unrest in his home country. In one video, Brian is laying on the floor unresponsive, while Patricia can be seen repeatedly beating him with an unknown object.
Wow, this is crazy. I don't know if I did the reaction to it of a mom that kicked. I think I did. I think it was a live of a mom that kicked hers. Did I do it? Nope. If it's not, I lined it up, so I'm gonna just keep that kind of like. So this lady took this boy from Haiti, brought him to the United States, where he was already suffering, to make him suffer some more. This woman is demonic.
In another video, she is seen throwing Brian into the family pool with his hands tied behind his back.
Wow.
According to the Polk County Sheriff's Office, it's very likely that Patricia had no idea that these videos were even on her phone, as she didn't actively take them herself. Instead, they were captured by her own home surveillance system, which then transmitted the video to the app on her phone.
At the autopsy, it was found that Brian suffered injuries involving scarring on his back, both old and new, as well as a deep laceration of the liver.
Damn, that's messed up. But you know what's crazy? How karma got her right there. Karma really got her, because she was sitting here abusing this kid thinking she was never going to get caught. And what's funny is, right? And I'm not even going to say what's funny. What's crazy is that the same surveillance camera that she had in her house to keep her house safe, while she was sitting here abusing them kids, it's the same camera that sat here and recorded every. Karma's, yo, I'm telling y'all, I tell people, karma will sit here and do things in a way. I just wish that somebody would have noticed, at least the school. That's what I'll be saying. Like, these schools, like, they'll sit here and they'll call DHS on the wrong families, on the families that are actually doing what they got to do. But when they see kids like this going through it, they don't do nothing. They don't step up. They don't speak up. They really don't.
Caused by targeted blunt force trauma. This injury would have caused a rapid decline in Brian's health, which would have been very noticeable almost immediately. This is why he was so sickly both before and during dinner. In the press conference that we'll share with you later, it was thought that his spleen was also injured, but this turned out to be false. Although he had no broken bones, Brian had bruising and hemorrhaging to both his arms and legs. Medical examiner ruled his death a homicide by blunt force trauma caused by ongoing CA.
Wow.
When Brian's 16-year-old brother was questioned by authorities, he initially denied that his mother had been mistreating the little boy. However, once he was taken into the custody of Florida Department of Children and Families,
he denied it the first time because he was scared of her. Like, but what was this foster dad doing this whole time? Was he with her? Was he in it with her? Where was he? Because he was married to a guy named Renee. Like, he wasn't defending these boys. Was he? Let's find out. Let's find out. Yo, I can't dare say believe all women. Nah, and I'm a woman saying that. That's messed up, yo.
He felt a little more at ease and was able to share what had really been going on behind closed doors. According to the teenager, Patricia told him, and I quote, "When they ask you something, say nothing so I don't get in trouble." She then threatened to shoot and kill him if he disobeyed her orders.
Wow.
In addition, he shared that while in Haiti, he and his brother were both beaten with what he described as a homemade hitting device, as well as a
They went through hell while they was in Haiti. This woman is way more than a freaking demon. She's the devil herself reincarnated. Like, yo, instead of sending her to jail just like a pedophile, but she's another form of a predator. She's a bully. She's an abuser. She's right there, but she's not a pedophile. Or I'm saying that she's a predator. She'll sit here and, yo, why? How could she? Like, as a woman, you sat here and you adopted them, right? A mother is supposed to give love, care. She's supposed to nurture her kids, like protect them, defend them. But you sat here, abused them, put them down, hurt them. And to the point where one is not here no more. That's not a mom. This lady is worse than Lilith.
belt. Patricia Boyer Santazer was arrested and charged with first-degree homicide in the death of her son, 4-year-old Brian Boyer. She also faces charges of aggravated CA, as well as tampering with a witness for threatening to kill her teenage son. She's currently being held without bond, with the exception of the aggravated CA charge. According to her inmate listing with the Central County Jail, her bond is set at $25,000 for that singular charge, which is quite strange because even if she met that bond, she still wouldn't be let out for the other charges. As this case is still developing, we'll keep an eye out for updates as they become available, if they become available. Additionally, we should mention that Patricia is considered innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. However, the evidence against her, found on her cell phone, is pretty damning at this stage. Patricia's husband, Renee, was at work at the time of the fatal incident, and it's unclear if he will face any charges. It is unlikely, but he has currently secured a lawyer for him and his wife. When questioned, he shared with the authorities that it was his.
So basically, this lady is out free. Man, I'm definitely gonna do more research. Like, there's gotta be something out there. Like, how is she still walking? Lawyer or not, man? Like, wow. Like, this shows you the justice system ain't shit.
His wife was the disciplinarian, not him.
Finally, a Polk County episode would not be complete without a comment from Sheriff Grady Judd. As we've observed in our comment section, Sheriff Judd is quite the controversial figure, with some viewers singing his praises and others calling out some of his more problematic actions and policies. Now, when it comes to the subject matter that we cover on this show, I do commend Sheriff Judd on his tough stance for those who hurt children. Brian's death is the third instance just this year where a parent or caregiver has been charged with killing a child in their custody, age 4 or younger, and we haven't even touched on those cases yet. I do know that this is at least the 4th Polk County case that we have covered that has occurred within the last few years. Now, before I keep ranting, let's just see what the sheriff has to say. He starts off with sharing the history of how Brian came to the United States.
I'm definitely going to do a reaction to the trial. I want to see it, so I'm going I don't schedule my lives, so I'm just going to do a pop-up. That's how I do it. Like, if you subbed up, make sure you subbed up. If you're not, because I don't schedule lives for that reason, because you never know what happens. Tomorrow is never promised.
Thank you very much for being with us today. I am going to tell you a sad story, a very sad story, about a 4-year-old little boy and a sad ending to a very sad story. He was born in Haiti to a mother who didn't want him. And so he was adopted in Haiti by this lady whose sister was in the United States. It took 3 years for the adoption process to go through, and ultimately the 4-year-old end up here in the United States. It's called the Biden program, and supposedly it's a
Wow. So Biden. So you're letting people adopt kids, and your agencies are not doing background searches? Y'all not? Oh no. So this program was funded by you in your administration. So y'all, wow.
sped up adoption. So the child's born to a mother who doesn't want it. We have no idea who that mother is. The sister of our suspect is in the process of getting the child for her sister, who is Patricia Saint Azaire. Patricia's 36 years of age. She's already got a 16-year-old son that she has adopted from Haiti. The 4-year-old comes here as a 3-year-old only a year ago. And what we've learned during this investigation just turns our stomach.
Next, Sheriff Judd discussed some of the horrible details uncovered in this investigation, including the video where he's...
I don't understand. Like, was it because the oldest one, the one that she adopted first, never made any complaints or nothing? But what made the difference? Why did she off this little boy? Like, she already had adopted one before and was with him for a minute. Like, what could a little kid do so bad that can make somebody harm them like this?
tied up and thrown in the pool. We're not going to include this clip because it's pretty terrible and little Brian shouldn't be remembered that way.
We have a video clip of where that 3-year-old baby's hands was tied behind his back and she threw him in a swimming pool in the backyard.
Wow.
We received on May 1st a call. May 1st, the child went to the hospital. So why did the child go to the hospital? Heart of Florida and Haines City, but they live in Davenport. The little fella got off the bus. He was happy. Everything seemed to be all right. The 16-year-old noticed he was happy. They were home. Patricia, the 16-year-old, and now the little dead fella who's 4.
Did she plan this? Like, I swear it feels like she planned this. Like, maybe I'm tripping. I don't know.
The 16-year-old notices later on that he's lethargic, that he's not responding. Patricia says he's faking it. Give him something to eat. He can't eat. He goes unconscious. The 16-year-old has been saying he needs to go to the hospital.
Knowing that she beat him prior. That's why she didn't want to take him to the hospital. Like, if you put 2 and 2 together, she didn't take that boy to the hospital because she knew she was abusing him. She knew that if she took him to the hospital, she would lose whatever funds she was getting from this program and whatever support she had. Wow. Sure, I can't, like, and it's funny, right? Like I keep saying, DHS will sit here and screw over a family that's doing their job, that's taking care of their kids. Kids don't want to leave the home. They're happy. Parents are working hard, trying to pick themselves up to get their kids out the hood, better homes, get themselves in a better situation. And DHS will sit here, come fuck with them, take their kids from them, while they sit here and neglect the kids they should be paying attention to, the kids that they sit here and leave in the homes of parents that really don't love them. And all the red flags are there, but they don't care because DHS is like a scorned man or a scorned woman. They think that they see flags, red flags, and they in fucking Six Flags. No, man, it ain't like that. Leave these happy family homes alone and start paying attention to these families that are neglecting their kids because it's more than obvious.
Well, he needs to go to the hospital. He needs to go to the hospital. Heart of Florida thinks he has a significant issue, sends him to Orlando Health. Orlando Health tries to work with him, and ultimately he dies. He goes to the medical examiner's office, and that's when we get involved a couple of days later. We find injuries where this child has been beaten. In addition to the video we found in the investigation of his hands tied behind him and thrown into the pool. We found an injury where his spleen suffered a significant tear. The medical examiner said it could have been nothing else other than an immediate hard strike to the abdomen.
Wow.
And as the autopsy.
So that means that this woman sat here and beat this child with something, or she kicked him in his stomach so hard to the point that his organs was bleeding. That's not a woman. That's not a mother. That's nothing more than just a demon in disguise. Lucifer himself. Wow.
Went on, they found different layers of bruises and injuries from past beatings. And he's dead. He's dead because she beat him to death. We don't know, obviously, how he got out of the pool after he was thrown in there with his hands tied behind his back.
Wait. But if y'all saw the footage of how everything happened, how y'all don't know how he got out the pool? Could the brother have helped him? Could she have took him out? Could the father have taken him out? I'm definitely going to react to this. I need to find the trial. I have to. Is she still walking? Is she arrested? That's what I really got to find out.
We have a video of that. We're going to show it to you at the end of this news release.
Next, Patricia's charges are discussed.
She's charged with murder, aggravated child abuse. The investigation's still underway. Her husband was clearly at work at the time this event occurred.
This is shut up. This is really shut up.
In times of doubt and fear, you're always there. Your loving grace beyond compare. Lord, I've learned that in you I must believe, but only in your arms my heart finds reprieve. Through trials and storms, you never left my side. In your strength and wisdom, I will abide. I trust in you alone, my rock and my guide. With faith as my shield, in you I confide. When darkness falls and hope seems lost, I turn to you no matter the cost. You light the way with unwavering trust. In your embrace, I know I must adjust.
I had to put this little poetic prayer on here because, some souls are just demonic, and this soul was not meant to be a mother.
She was the disciplinarian. He was a student at Loftman Oaks, and despite his abusive treatment, they said he was a happy child. And this never should have happened. Ladies and gentlemen, it is beyond my wildest imagination how anyone could abuse a beautiful little fella like this child was abused and neglected. But the investigation is still ongoing.
Next, the second video clip where Brian was beaten with an unknown object was discussed. We're not going to share this one either for obvious reasons.
We don't believe we know all that this child suffered. We have another video clip where he's face down on the floor and she's beating him in the back.
Wow.
And he's not even resisting it. It's just like it's a normal occurrence.
Sheriff Judd discusses Brian's older brother and the part he played.
What I still don't understand is how they got all these video clips, but they don't know how he got taken out of the pool. I'm confused on it. Y'all got everything but how he came out the pool. Or y'all know it and don't want to release that part.
Played in this case.
The 16-year-old is in protective custody at this time. He is obviously no longer at the home.
Finally, Sheriff Judd fielded questions from some of the reporters at the press conference.
Are there any other DCF calls or anything to this house?
That's still under investigation. I don't know if there were other DCF calls there or not, but our team, our homicide team, is simply the very best. These cases are difficult to work. Our victims deceased, we've got to work on timelines and time frames of injuries and types of injuries. And this was a very complicated case for them to work, and they're still gathering details and evidence.
How about with the school, Sheriff? When your investigators spoke with school officials, had they seen any warning signs? Is that on their radar at all?
I don't know if we've had a chance to circle around with the school officials yet to see if they've seen or heard anything, because we have been intensely investigating the instant event. That will be on part of the investigative protocol. But as you know, we release information as soon as it's reasonable so that you know what we know. And some of that investigation happens in the later stages of the investigation.
These videos, were they on the suspect's phone? Or
They were on the suspect's phone.
And the 16-year-old, was the 16-year-old abused? Or...
At this point in time, he looks fine. He was coached to lie to us when we first talked to him.
And that's normal. That's why I say that this woman, yo, I'm ready to build a casket for this bitch. Because, yo, even a bitch treat her kids, her pups nicer. Like, what the? I try, but I can't. Women like this, really, yo, I have no respect for them. Like, this bitch belongs like 7 feet underground. Like, somebody need to do to her what she did to this child. Then put her in a casket, man, and undertaking her ass all the way to fuck down. Yo, because oh my God, females like this make me want to bitch slap them.
Got Patricia in jail and away from him. He then told us, hey, I was told to lie to you. So that will be part of the subsequent investigation, but there's no obvious instant injuries, but certainly that will be part of the follow-up investigation.
Do you think that Patricia could be facing more charges than the ones that are listed here?
Well, we've loaded her up with all of the charges that we know about right now, but certainly depending on what the rest of the investigation tells us, that you can be sure that my detectives will file every criminal charge possible, depending on where the rest of the investigation leads us.
So was her husband never around when this abuse took place?
Apparently not. You know, once again, those are the layers of the onion. We're not completely through yet, but at least when this injury that caused the death occurred, based upon the severeness of the injury and how bad that the child would have regressed from the injury, he was clearly not there. Now, follow-up investigation will help determine what he knew, when he knew it, if he knew it. But if you can believe this, they've lawyered up. So when you lawyer up because we're investigating injuries to your child and you won't cooperate with us, that's a clue.
Sheriff, did she express remorse or explain her behavior to you?
Oh no, she didn't.
Sheriff, is there any more you can tell us about her personal and professional life? There's something on social media that could indicate she maybe worked in child care.
No, she worked for ABC Liquors in the corporate office, I'm told, over in Orlando.
How can they find anything on social media? She only had a Facebook account with 2 followers and 2 friends. Like, that was probably her husband and her son, her oldest son.
She lived in Davenport.
Do you know how long she lived in the States?
I don't know, but it's shocking. It's absolutely shocking. But I can assure you of this, that if you hear something or see something or believe something or think something about a child being neglected or abused, if you call us, I can assure you that we'll completely and thoroughly investigate it with DCF.
What's crazy is that by the time y'all discover what is happening, the child always ends up being oofed. Like, I don't understand this. Like, you know what's funny? Y'all say y'all gonna investigate this, y'all gonna investigate that, but these kids end up being not here no more while y'all out here chasing, the weed man.
Because our number one goal in this organization is to protect the children.
Is it now?
And that's why we go after child predators. That's why we go after pornographers. That's why we go after child abusers. And we certainly go after child murderers.
We would like to share the statement issued by the Polk County Sheriff's Office on their social media in the wake of Brian's senseless death. It reads, "Our hearts are broken at the suffering little Brian endured. Please keep his grieving family members, his schoolmates, and the staff at Loftman Elementary, and especially his older brother, in your prayers."
So why is this lady and this man still walking? So I get it. Okay, she's innocent until proven guilty. So she should still be sitting in a jail cell with no bond right now. This was a child that was murdered. And y'all got proof that she threw him into a pool. What else do y'all need?
The positive, if you search for a positive, is that he's in the arms of God right now. And he's no longer being beaten. He's no longer being punched. He's no longer being tied up and thrown in the swimming pool. That now he's, as our Christian belief, that he's living the life there where he's surrounded by love and things are great, like he should have been surrounded by love and things should have been great here on earth for him. So every day when you see these little guys and gals that are on their way to school, understand that there's a small percentage of them that are being neglected and abused, and we need to know about that immediately. And when
you just said a small percentage. Do you know the statistics and the analytics? But that's only what's been shown. But let's talk about the cases that are not talked about out here in the hoods. The cases that are really not talked about. Because I've seen so many deaths, so many murders out here, right? But I don't see y'all even talking about it. Y'all don't talk about it. Not one bit.
don't talk about us, only when there's a crime. Would you believe me if I was to tell you that in this world, with or without money, we're all richer than the poor? The problem is those that say that I'm reaching out to give a hand and stay they leeching hands is itching, ready to see you missing. Well, I think I went to write. Something inside me told me I can freestyle or I can rap. I can go with a rhythm that can make you dance. Tell you what I say on a daily, tell you everything's okay just to avoid dilemma. Or I can simply bring you something positive to the table and warn you of the ongoing problems that we're having. Instead, I have to reach out to my conscience once again as I watch the crime and the violence rise and the kids lose their innocence. Now the concept of forming a home day by day loses its essence. They don't want to hear that. I can't keep my arms crossed in front of the system. If I don't do something, I'm also part of the problem. As guilty as the one that pulls the trigger, like the person in the crowd that hits the record button on their phone to expose a lie instead of the truth for clout. They need 1,000 views. The government doesn't have a solution. The problem started when we took God out the equation. The problem ain't us celebrating. The problem is that we a nation divided when we should be a nation united and praying. That's how we live today. When problems occur, we come up with a meaning. Laugh a little, move on with no care in the world, as if it ain't even a thing in this world. If it's like this today, I don't want to see the future. Because nowadays, they'll make a meme out of a person that can't even see the day of light no more. What makes you think they care? They can't even break bread at the table. I don't know how you want to be rappers and lyricists can go on with life, living on an illusion with nothing good to write. Talking about killing someone, selling drugs with pride, until the scripts are flipped and it's someone you love dies. Right? This ain't solved by activating the National Guards and going behind bars. This is deep, this is me and you. And they say as time pass by, we'll heal everything. Shit, you know these scars? I seen time flash by and never felt everything. Leaving me on standby, ready to kill everything. Alone in the mirror looking at myself, say, girl, you're everything. You don't need for anything, shorty. So unless you walk a mile in my shoes, don't say anything. Just take a minute and listen so you can consume everything. Me and you are not the same, so make sure you look both ways when you cross me, and that's on everything.
That's a fact. Like, yo, man, I can't believe this man just sat here and said it's a small percentage. I'm sorry, but your percentage is off. It's a big percentage of kids getting abused, mistreated, molested, or offed.
Go home tonight, hug your children a little tighter, give them an extra kiss when you put them to bed, and thank God that you have those children and they are miracles, and that you have the opportunity to show them the right way, to raise them the right way, to teach them the right way, and then understand that we need to say prayers for these children that we have yet discovered. It would have been great if we could have found this child and rescued him before he was beaten to death.
Yeah, that would have been great, but you know, this lady knew what she was doing. She knew how to cover her tracks. Once again, like I said, a lot of y'all gonna hate me for what I just, for saying this, but not all moms are meant to be moms. Not all moms. Not all women are meant to be moms. Like, y'all can get mad at the shorty all y'all want, but this is why, I'm about to do something real quick, but this is why I wrote this poem, and I don't get tired of playing it. And I'm about to do another lyrical poem, another one just like it.
In this world of blame and shame, we point fingers, we play the game. But
Damn, put the wrong John in. I was supposed to put the.
our children cry in fear. We turn the blind eye. We shed no tears. But
there you go.
in this world of blame and shame, we point fingers, we play the game. But as our children cry in fear, we turn the blind eye. We shed no tears. Believe our women, they say, while our kids are led astray, lost in darkness, lost in pain, yet their cries fall silent like the rain. It's a shame how far we've come, blaming all the men playing dumb, but our children need us near to wipe their tears and calm their fears. In this land of the free, water's a commodity for you and me. Can't you see? It's not fair, it's plain to see. People struggling to pay for something they need every day. In America where we say we're free, but water shouldn't come at a fee. A shorty just speaking in general about the things that seem so just small. This ain't meant towards everyone, just a cry in the dark, in America where water is marked. Brothers and sisters, hear my plea. This is not about you or me. Our kids are the future, they hold the key. Wake up before we're met with defeat. In this world of chaos and strife, we must guide them to a better life. Teach them love, compassion, and light, so they can lead us out of this endless night. Let's unite as one strong force. For our children, let's stay on course. Together we can make a change and secure a better future in exchange. Y'all should have listened the first time they let the cat out the hat. Now it's a crime. Many are falling into a trap, thinking it's a game, but they full of cap. Some are ready and fully strapped, while others keep falling into the gap. The warning signs were clear as day, but some chose not to heed what they say. Now the consequences come to light. Those who ignored are in for a fight. Listen close and learn from this mishap. Don't be caught unaware, don't fall into the trap. From the wisdom of my elders, I learned women are strong, independent, and firm. But sometimes we need a helping hand to conquer challenges and make a stand. Independence is crucial, that's true. Yet together, with a man, we can pursue. Respect yourself first and foremost, so others will treat you like the most. Ladies, growing up, remember this advice. You're capable of anything you devise. But partnership and respect go hand in hand. Embrace your strength and make a stand. Memories of the past I couldn't see, now I understand. The wisdom they gave me, respect yourself first, that's the key. To earn respect from others is how it should be. A man's worth measured by how he treats his queen. Love and romance in the air, a beautiful scene. A woman's power to uplift or demean. In her hands lies a man's dream. Lessons learned from an OG so true. In matters of the heart, they know what to do. Love and respect intertwined like glue. In a world where old-fashioned values still ring through. Peter Pan, Peter Pan, Peter Pan was a fairy tale. Now males want to be females without fail. Women want to be a man, it's a twisted tale. Flipping scripts and roles, they set sail. Fighting for roles, turning to moles. Making hits with their agenda goals. Targeting our kids, it takes a toll. To them it's a bliss, to us it's a black hole. They ain't trying to miss. Their agenda is the ultimate twist. Infiltrating young minds with their list. But we won't let them persist. I'm with women's rights, but what about men's too? Equality for all, it's long overdue. We want progress, we need to see both sides. Blame and shame won't help us unite. Don't label him a deadbeat without looking in the mirror. Sometimes it takes two to create rupture. Let's have conversations that include everyone. Empathy and understanding, the battles can be won. Men face struggles too, let's not forget. Their mental health matters, let's not neglect. It's time to break down walls and build bridges instead. Together we can strive for equality ahead. You scream for the police every time he come around. Then scream child support abuse, playing victim in this town. Enjoy that check, boo, but remember what goes up must come down. The only time he's worthy is when he bails you out the mess you found. You play the game, manipulating hearts without a doubt. But karma's knocking at your door, there's no way out. You point fingers and shift the blame around. But in the end, it's your own chaos that you found. You dance with danger, living on the edge of lies. But the truth will catch up to you, no more disguise. The man you rely on to clean up your mess is so profound. Will soon see through your facade and leave you astounded. Using a child as a weapon, it's a shame. A woman who lacks self-respect, I can't acclaim. Real men fighting for what they believe in, never in vain. Standing 10 toes down, bringing awareness to the pain. Respect is earned by how you carry yourself, not by tearing others down for personal wealth. Real men don't back down, they fight with honor and stealth against injustice and falsehoods that threaten our health. Let's uplift each other instead of tearing apart. Supporting one another from the start. Real men stand tall with courage in their heart, fighting for justice and truth, playing their part. Here's for the men who share their truth, never afraid to stand tall in their boots, respecting our women, fighting for what's right, supporting our kids day and night. Real women out there blazing trails, men by their side never looking pale. Rights for all, let's keep the balance true. Men have a voice, let's listen to. In this crazy world where battles are fought, let's remember the men who give it all they've got. Respect to those who speak their stories loud. Together we stand strong and proud. Together we stand, united we'll rise, setting an example for young eyes. In every step we take, in every plan, guiding the next generation's hand. Leading by actions, not just by words, teaching them to fly like birds. Showing love and respect in all we do, for they're always watching, taking cues. Hand in hand, let's pave the way for a better tomorrow, starting today. Our children learn from what they see. Let's show them how great they can be. Let's be what our children need.
That's a fact. I don't know how there could be some moms out here that could harm their kids. I don't know how there could be some dads out here they just stand and watch. I just really don't. But we're gonna move on to the next topic. Like I said, I'm gonna get the trial and I'm gonna react to that trial to that too. I got so many videos lined up. I want to thank everybody that has shown a shorty support, that has rocked out with a shorty, has shared her videos, has helped a shorty bring awareness, has done way more than that. They have sat here, had conversations, well, try to bring solutions to the table and much more. Shout out to everyone that has done it. Share the screen. You know what's crazy, right? While I'm sharing the screen, we are in an era where I feel like Saddam and Gomorrah is coming to life. Like we're living the reality of Saddam and Gomorrah right now. 1 second. So our next topic is about a man. Wait, did I share the right screen? Nope, I shared the wrong screen. All right, the next topic is about a guy who wanted to be more than cousins with his female cousin. To the point where, he took her life. I mean, with so many women out here in the world, I don't understand how a man or a woman can sit here and, end up being with a brother, a sister, a daughter, a son. Like, how? Why? Like, to me, it's the most disgusting thing in this world. People who do it are sick. I don't know what makes someone do this. Like, it's got to be a mental health issue. Like, words can't even describe what I think and how I feel about this. But this is the case of he wanted to be more than cousins. The murder of Zion Foster, true crime documentary. Shout out to Just Thought Lounge. If y'all, haven't checked them out, let me like this video. I forgot to like this video. If y'all want to check them out, y'all can. This is their channel, Just Thought Lounge. And let's get this John started, all right? As cousins, listen, man. As cousins, it's a big no-no. Like, there's no way that y'all should have any type of, sexual or intimate relationship like that. As cousins, as brothers, sisters, aunties, uncles, grandmas, grandsons, moms, sons, daughters, dads, like, that's a big no-no. What makes someone do it, I don't know. But, what's crazy, right? So many people want to down talk and bring down American Horror Story. But you know how many people sit here and watch that show called Game of Thrones? That's why I said, I feel like we're in an era of Saddam and Gomorrah. And y'all know what happened? Let's check this story out.
The last message that 17-year-old Zion Foster sent before she disappeared stated that she was on her way home. The teenager told her mother and boyfriend that she was going out that night with her favorite cousin, something that she did at least twice a month. But when her mother sought him out for help finding her the next day, the cousin delivered some surprising news. That he had not seen or spoken to Zion, he said, in years. Hi there, I'm Kevin, and welcome to Just Thought Lounge. Today we're taking a look at a missing persons turned murder case.
Yo, before we continue with this video, right, I want to tell a lot of parents, you can link your Google account with your child's Google account, and you can see their messages, emails, chat rooms that they chat in, and much more. As much as I hate the technology nowadays that we have, I know that our kids need it when they're out and about. Like, I hate it, but if my daughter was to go out with her brother, and I trust her brother with him, but he goes out with a lot of his friends and stuff like that. But they go to the park and stuff like that. I feel as though like I need them to have a phone, him and her, so that if anything was to happen, they can call me. They could try to reach me. Either or. And I have conversations with them, I talk with them, but I feel as though as a parent, that's not enough. We gotta do, I don't know, because there's so many things happening and we can't always be there with them. And screw them trackers. I'm not with putting a little tracker on my kid. I'm not gonna sit here and put a little chip on my child, none of that. So it's kind of like, as a parent, what can we do to avoid these type of situations? Because it's not, you don't just gotta worry about friends outside in the streets. You also gotta worry about family members. You really do. You gotta worry about that uncle or that auntie or that cousin. And at times it could be the stepbrother, stepsister, or the brother or the sister. That's the messed up part about it. You really do. You gotta be cautious. Like, and I'm not saying, yo, start thinking negative stuff. No, not. What I'm saying is listen to your kids when they talk to you. Y'all may think they lying, but at the end of the day, listen. Don't just hear them out. Listen.
It's a story about a family and disturbing revelations about who you can trust. Let's take a look. Mother of 6, Sierra Milton, awoke on the 5th of January 2022 to find that her eldest, Zion Foster, had not returned home the night before. Zion was a 12th grader at East Detroit High School. She had only just celebrated her.
And she looked like, she was a pretty young lady. A pretty young lady. Like, we have to be careful with our girls. Here in Philly, what's crazy, right? We have to worry about our sons getting shot up, our girls getting pregnant, and both of them disappearing or going missing. Now you got little girls start acting like these little boys in the corners and stuff like that. We had them, but now it's getting real worse. They want to, be selling drugs in the corner, carrying pistols, smacking guys and women with pistols and stuff like that, acting like they tough. But we got to be careful because there's so many predators out here, and they lurk for our little girls. And what's crazy, believe it or not, some of our young men too fall for the same thing that our little girls fall for. They fall victim to these predators.
Her 17th birthday in November. Like most teenagers, Zion had experienced a rebellious streak. She had threatened to run away from home and had even done so the year before, twice. 16 years old and frustrated with her mother's rules, she had run to her grandmother's house. Convinced to return home, she remained for only a few days before leaving again. That time causing enough concern for Sierra to call the police. But it was another false alarm. The teenager was struggling with her granny's recent cancer diagnosis, as well as her own desire for independence.
And I want a lot of y'all to realize, right? And I want y'all to understand that our kids suffer from this. I have a 14-year-old, right? And every day we have conversations, and I tell him, talk to me. He'll tell me, Mom, I'm not ready to talk right now. It's just me. I'm trying to figure out me, what I want to do, who I am, where I'm going, what my next step is. He's like, when I'm ready, I'll sit down and I'll talk to you, which he does. My oldest one, he's very rebellious. He doesn't like, in the beginning, he used to talk to me, used to be able to have conversations with me. But, a lot of people got in his head. So it was kind of hard to sit here and give him the best advice that I could, because to him, it didn't matter at that moment. To him, it's like what everybody else was saying was true, and Mom is wrong because Mom won't let him do what what son wants to do. So yeah, a lot of our teens get very rebellious, but it's up to us to put our foot down. It's up to us to find ways to help them, not destroy them, not give up on them. And a lot of parents do. And I'm not saying this mom did. What I'm saying that out here, a lot of parents do.
January morning was different. Zion had completed her serving shift at the Detroit Wing Company the night before. She had asked permission to leave the house after returning home from work. The teenager was honest about who she would be spending time with, her favorite cousin, Jalen. Under these conditions, Sierra agreed and watched Zion walk out the door. That was shortly before 11 p.m. The next day, the 17-year-old's boyfriend, fellow high schooler Vertez Gonzalez, messaged Sierra. Had she heard from Zion because he could no longer reach her? The last text message that he received was at 12:59 a.m. It read OMW, meaning on my way. But Zion didn't make it home. Calls to her phone went straight to voicemail. Messages sent throughout the night were not being received. Finally, at 8:53 a.m., he wrote to her, "Are you alive?" Followed by, "This is the worst thing ever." Adding to the distress over Zion's absence was the response Sierra received from her cousin, Jalen Brazier. Despite what her daughter had told her, Jalen responded that he had not been with Zion the night before.
Hey, I'm talking to my girl about Zion, and we were wondering how often did Zion say she was with me, because that's wild. It's just Jalen, BTW. That is crazy. Watch y'all kids' surroundings. Watch y'all surroundings. Those that say I love you be the first ones to stab you and try to pull that knife from behind your back and act like they didn't do nothing.
He asked Sierra exactly how often had Zion.
Blessings, blessings. I just saw you. Blessings, big sis. How you doing? It's been a minute. Blessings, blessings. Shout out to Angel Hatton. Make sure y'all check out Angel Hatton. Big sis in the house, y'all. Yo, Angel, this case is crazy. This young bull wanted to be more than cousins. Like, I want to see the trial on this too. So I am going to react to these trials separately. And since some trials be long, that's why I did it like this. I reacted to these videos and then I react to the trials. Yo, this is crazy, and this is shout out. You have listen, man, don't think that because they're family, they're riding with you. Some family members don't care that they're family. I don't know. It's like something in their head, their brain is like wired different. Like to some people, family isn't family. You know, it's like, I gotta watch what I say because, what I want to say, I know I'll get struck down. So let's continue listening.
And claimed that she was spending time with him. Once or twice a month, she said. He messaged her back in frustration. Zion's lies about him were sneaky as hell and not safe, he said. But
we're doing good, Angel. We're doing good. Thank you for asking. I'm here recovering. That's why you see I'm able to do more lives and stuff like that. I'm falling back. So I'm just gonna do these little reactions, fall back, chill, have fun. After this video, I'm gonna react to Caroline Picard, a comedy stand comedian. She's funny as hell. So we react to the bad and then have some giggles at the end because we can't let this stuff get to us. We really can't. All we can do right now is try to bring the solutions, and hopefully we can make a little difference. We can make a little change because we can't change the whole world. We can't make a difference, in one day. Everything takes time. So little by little. So in the process, hey, listen, we're not just going to bring solutions. We could have some giggles and some fun too.
Why lie about spending time at his house? He suggested that she was likely spending time with someone who lived near to him. Zion shared location tracking on her phone with boyfriend Vertez. This tracking had placed her just across the street from Jalen's home at 11:24 p.m. the night before. Vertez, admittedly a bit insecure in their relationship, had taken a screenshot of his girlfriend's location at exactly that time. Jalen suggested that perhaps Zion was using him as a cover story when she was in fact at a neighbor's house. She must know someone else on the street or nearby. Jalen helpfully suggested that Sierra go to the police, but he requested to be kept out of it. Vertez was not as easily persuaded. He inundated Jalen with messages. He confronted the 23-year-old with a screenshot from his phone. In response, Jalen sent back a video of his Ring camera system. There were no entries showing Zion at the house, he said. She was never there.
So did he do something to her outside the house? Because if her location was spotted across the street from his house, what happened?
East Point police were not inclined to take Sierra's missing persons report with any sense of urgency. Her daughter had a history of being a runaway.
You see what I say about the police? They say that we are the priority, but no, they focus more on the weed man, not even the fentanyl or the dope people. No, I'm in Philly. I seen these motherfuckers in the corner, sitting in their car while motherfuckers is busting traps in the corner. I'm like, what is y'all just taking detail? Like, it reminds me of an episode of Wire. Like, what y'all trying to hear the conversation, then lock them up. But when things like this happen, look how long. But we are the priority in these type of cases, huh?
According to the distressed mother, officers at the station did not mince words.
The person that's over it now specifically said to us that, I'm going to be honest with you, we're taking this as she's a runaway.
Receiving little support from law enforcement, she took matters into her own hands. With the assistance of family and friends.
But you know what's crazy? I'm going to be honest. They took that as a runaway because of her prior record. Because of how many times she told her mom she was going to run away and her mom reported it. So this time when this happened, it's like, no, you ever heard of the story called The Boy That Cried Wolf? So I think that's what they took her story, like to what happened to her that day as. The little girl that cried wolf. Like she'll say she's going to do this and then, pop back up. He could have met her there, maybe had a different car, a Lyft. Where did her phone go to after that? That's a great question. Because if her location was across the street from his house and his door cam shows that she never entered the but does he have a door cam in the back? Could he have been, in the back? Are there alleyways? I mean, hey, I'm just trying to figure it out. That's a good question though. But her phone was located across the street from his house, but there was no video evidence of her entering his house. That's the crazy part. Great question, Angel.
Friends, a search effort for Zion was launched in the following days. They posted flyers, held rallies, and spoke to the media.
We need your eyes. The police need your help.
That's right.
We need your help.
In the meantime, officers were eventually sent out to speak with Jalen Brazier. Jalen, Zion's self-professed favorite cousin, was in fact first cousins with her former stepfather.
Yeah, see? There's a whole back entrance there. Like, they go through the back? Yeah, Angel made a point. Could he have had a car, a Lyft? And he wasn't even her cousin. He's like her second cousin. Right?
That is...
Sorry. I had to hear he was...
In the meantime, officers were eventually sent out to speak with Jalen Brazier. Jalen, Zion's self-professed favorite cousin, was in fact first cousins with her former stepfather. That is, he was cousins with Sierra's ex-husband.
So he's not even her cousin. Like, he's her step-cousin. This is crazy. You still gotta watch Family. Yo, I swear we living in the era of Saddam and Gomorrah. Like, we traveling towards the past. Like, this is crazy. It's like that TikTok video that I was playing yesterday morning. And the boy was like, well, if the world is like 45 billion years old, how come we're in 2024? Questions that make you go, man, this shit is crazy.
At 23, he was a father to 2 young children, and he had a long-term partner, Katrina. Sierra believed that her daughter and Jalen had always been and remained close. According to Jalen, they hadn't spoken in years. They found him at home with girlfriend Katrina Smith.
Yo, just because he had a girlfriend don't mean nothing. You know how many cases we've seen of men with a girlfriend and done so many things, not to family members, to, yo, man. Come up with a different excuse.
What's going on, man? You Mr. Brazier? Yes, sir. What's your name, ma'am? Okay. You guys know Zion? Yes. So they were saying...
Jalen invited the officers in to look around the house. He told them that he had last seen his cousin nearly a year before, in May 2021. Jalen continued to explain that it was Zion's mother and her boyfriend that seemed fixated on the idea that she had been with him that night. He had offered to show his ring camera footage to Sierra as well.
Well, the mom and everybody else was saying it because that's what she said. Let's listen.
When she took a look at it, the mother thought that there were gaps in entries for footage for the night of January 4th, which had obviously been deleted.
Now it makes sense. He tampered with the evidence. He deleted the footage. That's why that's why he volunteered to show the doorbell cam. He deleted footage. Man, some people, they smart. Sometimes they smarts is too smarts for them. That shit backfires. They think they know it all.
Yeah, I was across the street. Also, but she was never here. I don't know. But anyway, I got cameras to show my living. She was never here.
East Point police found nothing suspicious in the search of the house. There were no indications that Zion had been there. They listened while Jalen explained his frustrations over being pulled into the drama caused by a 17-year-old cousin, with whom he rarely spends any time.
The times why I left is why I took her to work.
That's why he made sure he covered everything up. He's 23 years old. She's 17 years old. By law, statutory rape. You know how many counts he would have had on him?
Came back, went to get gas. Just basically showing this girl was never in my house. So we believe you, man. And she's known to be a runaway. Like she's ran like 4 times. And every time she got some dude's house. Her mom knows this. Her mom's just playing it a certain way and it's making me so fucking uncomfortable.
She's known to be a runaway?
Yes, I would assume you guys would know that. Not saying you're not doing your job, I'm just assuming she would tell you the damn information.
No, I know. Appreciate it. All right, guys. Enjoy the rest of your night.
Jalen may have been fooling the East Point police at this stage, but not Sierra Milton. She did indeed watch to see who her daughter left with from the house, and she often greeted Jalen herself in the drive when he came by to collect her. She knew he was lying.
He told me he hadn't seen or been in contact with her for 3 years, which is impossible when you were in my driveway and gave me a hug.
Perhaps the easiest way to verify.
That's what I was going to say. It doesn't make sense how he going to say he didn't see her for a year, but he must have had some type of communication with the family throughout that year that he's talking about he didn't see her because either the mom seen ghosts. Like, you didn't make sure that she's left with him if it wasn't with the boyfriend. Like,
verify if Zion had been across the street from her cousin's house, as her location data suggested, was to check the neighbor's doorbell cameras. At about 11:15 p.m. on January 4th, a white sedan, the car known to be driven by Jalen Brazier, was captured pulling into his drive. Emerging from the vehicle were 2 individuals, clearly seen walking into the house, one male and one female. Jalen had driven Katrina to work at just before 11 p.m.
That's why I say some people are just stupid as shit. He deleted his footage, but they didn't even realize that the neighbor across the street had his own footage. So it's not that she made it, he took her from to the back or anything like that. Because I was peeping that earlier. I was like, look at where the garage is at. It's on the side. It's not like an indoor garage. It's a little like parking. I don't know what you call it when it's like this. But look, dumb motherfuckers.
p.m. that night. She was on the midnight shift at a manufacturing job. The shift spanned from 11 p.m. to 6 a.m. The second individual who entered the house at 11:15 could not have been Katrina. Phone location data would later confirm the two individuals captured entering the home, Jalen Brazier and Zion Foster. The camera did not show Zion leaving. At 1:41 a.m., the same camera from across the street captured Jalen pulling his car out of the drive and then backing it in. The trunk then faced the backyard. After a few minutes, the car drove off. It returned to the house less than 10 minutes later. Search warrants were obtained for the house and the car. Inside the house, the search was fruitless. The contents of the car were carefully itemized and examined, but there was no clear evidence indicating what had happened to Zion. That is, until law enforcement brought in the cadaver dogs. The dogs clearly indicated at the trunk of Jalen's car. On January 9th.
So, like, he sat here, he did something to this young lady. He sat here, did something to her, but could he have had a relationship with his own step cousin? Like, either way you want to look at it, you're like, oh. And then she was a minor. Like, what was you doing in there with her? Then you lied about it. What happened? What made you oof her? Why isn't she here anymore? Those are the biggest questions. Like, you could tell he clearly did something to her in the house, and or could he? Damn, it only in 10 minutes though. That's crazy. Trying to figure this one out is gonna be crazy because she went in with him. Then later they, he pulls his car to the back, pulls out. It only takes him 10 minutes to come back. So he must have already did something. He put the body in the car, drove off, and dumped it somewhere. Probably in the dumpster. I don't know if there's a lake or a river anywhere near him. Listen, this is crazy. What did he do with her? Let's find out.
18th, the 23-year-old, accompanied by a friend who was a lawyer, voluntarily sat down with detectives. It was clear that he had lied about being with Zion on the night that she disappeared. Jalen came forward to offer what he claimed was a truthful version of events from that night. He had picked up Zion from her home and brought her back to his place. He put his two children, boys aged 1 and 2 years old, to bed, then joined Zion downstairs in the living room.
You guys mix up your weed, you roll up, you guys start smoking, you're just watching TV, just chilling?
Yeah, she's telling me about how her and mom, their relationship's a lot better than was the last time she talked to us. And about her boyfriend, about prom, the job and everything, and how she's working on getting an apartment and everything.
Jalen said they smoked some marijuana, which appeared to make Zion very sleepy. He saw her head tilt back, as though she intended to take a nap while sitting upright on the couch. At that point, he went into the other room to pour himself a drink.
Now, you guys are just chilling, and that's all of a sudden she just blanks out like that?
When I got up to go give me something to drink,
yeah,
I came back and she was saying she was tired and everything, and she laid her head back. So, okay, I'm let you go sleep for a bit, whatever.
Okay.
And then about 15 to 20 minutes after that, I was like, okay, are you good? You ready to go home? And she wasn't responding or any of that.
Was her plan to go back home?
Jalen reported that Zion's pulse was faint. Then he described her heartbeat as non-existent. His young cousin had simply died on his couch, he said. Instead of contacting 911, he panicked.
That makes no sense. You're telling me that you're sitting here blowing some weed with your cousin, right? Then you go to the kitchen, pour yourself a drink, come back. She's saying she's tired, leans back, and passes out, and now she has no pulse. The kid is allegedly supposed to be healthy? Let's listen.
Panicked. Not knowing how she died, he thought it would appear as though he had killed her.
Her heartbeat was getting very, very faint, and her breathing was like non-existent. All I smoked, all we had was weed, normal marijuana. So I freaked out. I'm like, okay, well, this looks terrible. This looks very bad. I didn't know what to do. So I took her, I put her into my trunk, and I put her in my trunk. Okay. In my car. And I took her to Highland Park and put her inside of it.
Damn, is somebody breathing heavy in this video? Jesus, all I hear is like, what the hell?
It was a trash can, and then I left.
Detectives queried how Jalen knew that Zion was dead. According to his story, the 17-year-old had inexplicably, very abruptly, stopped breathing.
Facts, Angel, facts. He knew the consequences. He knew what was happening. That's a fact. This is crazy, y'all. All he did was buy himself some time to cover up all the evidence. That's all he did. It's crazy, but he didn't realize that he was going to get caught up because of the neighbor's doorbell camera. And then the dogs. The dogs sniffed out whatever, blood or scent was in the back of the trunk. Like, this figure was slow as hell. Well, what made him? My biggest question is, she looked at him as her favorite cousin, right? She looked at him as her favorite cousin. What made him do this to her? What would make him do this? Like, did she reject him? Because it said the video is called, the title is called, He Wanted to Be More Than Cousins. I'm definitely going to react to the trial of this. I want to see this. Well, the trial, not this.
Back on the couch. If she's still alive at that point, he's probably just high or whatever, from the weed. And then you start shaking her. She doesn't wake up. You check her pulse, you said, and you can see she's not breathing, not like that. So at that point, what are you doing? Freaking out. Okay, so you're freaking out, and this whole time you've been. Oh, at that point in time, we thought she was definitely dead. Yeah. Okay. Well, was she dead? Do you think she was dead at that point, or does she still just have pain breathing? And if there wasn't anything. There was nothing at that point. Yeah. Okay. You know the difference between dead and alive, right? Was she dead? She wasn't breathing, so I assumed that was dead. Her heartbeat was like, I couldn't read a heartbeat, couldn't feel a heartbeat or anything. So I would say she was dead, definitely. Okay.
Now I want to have you show us the dumpster.
Definitely.
Because I don't want to mistake it, and I want to obviously get out there and see if she's still there, then we need to recover her, and if not, then we need to do the steps to locate where she's at. Okay? You're okay with that?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Jalen led detectives to the dumpsters in Highland Park, where he claimed to have left Zion's body weeks before. Jalen told detectives that Zion had been at his home.
Yeah, that's what he did, in the dumpster. See, I was trying to figure it out. Like, did he do it in a river or a lake or something like that? That's why it was so fast. In a dumpster in a park. Wow. So we definitely know that they're going to do the autopsy. And like Angel said,
home for roughly 2 hours before she died. This would have placed her time of death at just past 1 a.m. Cell phone records showed her device drop off the network at 1:15 a.m., corresponding to the time that she stopped responding to messages from Vertez. Jalen told detectives that he had not deleted any data from his device since the night of Zion's death. They found, however, that he had conducted a full factory reset of his phone just 2 days later, effectively wiping everything held on his device. Nonetheless, the movements of...
See, this boy thought that he was slick, but I keep telling you, karma is real. My only question is, what made him do this? Why kill her? If allegedly she cared about him so much that, you know, that was her favorite cousin. That's why her mom let her go on that, you know, on wherever they was going that day, and she didn't say nothing. She said he gave me a hug in the driveway. Boy made it seem like he hasn't seen the family for like a year. Oh, shit is crazy. Shit be weird.
of his phone could be pieced together. This data placed Jalen at the dumpsters at Highland Park at 1:48 a.m. He claimed to have placed her in the dumpster to the right. There was no longer any sign of her there.
Which specific dumpster? Which dumpster? I'm gonna walk up to you, okay?
So that if they didn't find her in the dumpster, where did they find her? Because they said, so they didn't have to go all the way to where they throw the trash at? Let's find out. Listen, it's crazy.
Yeah. It was already open. Yes. Yes. Yes.
Where did you park your car?
Right by it, right in front of it.
I'm sorry.
I said right in front of it.
Did you back into it or did you pull forward?
Yeah.
So you were side by side? Okay.
He said that my baby just died. And then that he threw her in a dumpster.
Like she was trash. What type of human being?
Like she was trash.
When Jalen sat down for a phone...
Yo, what type of human being does that? He had no compassion. But how did she die in reality? Because nobody just dies like that unless, you know, they wasn't healthy. They had some type, you know, like a heart problem. They had asthma and somebody, you know, they couldn't get their inhaler on time or something like that. Like, it has to be something that has to do with their, you know, no, just cause somebody healthy, nah.
Follow-up interview the next day, January 20th, inconsistencies began to emerge in his story. He now claimed that the two had taken acid that night. It was her response to the psychedelics that must have caused her heart to stop. Of course, this explanation was about as likely as his previous assertion that the marijuana had caused her death. The detective attempted to leverage these new claims to compel...
Yo, he said the marijuana caused her death the first time. You know how much weed you would have to consume to actually OD? I've seen people smoke a pound of weed within almost a week or two, maybe 3. Now, I'm exaggerating with the pound, but let's go with like 2-3 ounces. Y'all get my point. I've seen people smoke ounces of weed. Like, yo, you know you can smoke an ounce of weed and not die, right? You can consume an ounce of weed and not die.
A confession. Perhaps Jalen would use the drugs as an excuse for his actions, for whatever steps he took to kill his younger cousin.
I was trying like psychedelics and acid, and okay, I think that's what killed her.
Do you? Did you have like a freaking momentary, like, didn't know what you were doing moment?
No. She also, she was a temper, so
Let me ask you this. The problem with those drugs are, when you're on them, you don't know what you're doing. I mean, that's the reason people take them, right? Did you do something when you were, because again, I'm trying to figure this out, and that would make complete sense. When you dropped acid, did you have, I'm not saying it's okay, but.
I was completely comforted. Completely. I just think, I don't know that the effect for her was positive or, because I know it does a lot.
Did they find her body?
Yeah, it does a lot. I'm going to tell you right now, it makes sense to me now. It all makes sense to me. You understand that, right? Because I'm sitting here trying to figure out how this nice young guy, Jay, could ever hurt anybody. But it makes sense to me now. It's not you. It's not Jay at that point. You understand that, right? If you did something under the influence, that I need to know that, because that's a big difference, and I can understand that. That I can appreciate.
Yo, shout out to this detective for trying his. Yo, he is really, really trying to get a confession out of him. I don't know if he gives him the confession or not, but I really give a shout out to this detective because he is doing his job right now. He's not, he's not letting his emotions get to him. He's not getting frustrated because he's lying time after time. And we notice it. It's obvious. He's actually, having patience, humbling himself. Other detectives get real fucking stupid and disrespectful to the point where they have to be hours, days, weeks, months trying to get a confession out of somebody. Shout out to this detective.
The detective failed to elicit a confession. Without this admission and without locating Zion, there was not enough evidence to proceed with an indictment for murder. Jalen was placed under arrest and held in custody for one count of lying to police.
Statements he made to police, actively deceiving them on the whereabouts of Zion Foster, the health and safety of Zion Foster, and his interaction with her.
In June of that year, Jalen spoke with detectives again. This time, only the audio was recorded. At that time, he changed his story once more. Jalen recanted his claim that the two had taken acid that night. That part was not true. Other smaller details of the story changed as well. He no longer described Zion as passed out on the couch. Now she was on the floor. He said that he had felt pressured by police to offer more information, so he made up a more elaborate story to appease them.
So I left that out about the LSD, but yeah, we both took a hit of LSD, and it must have hit her different, or hit her wrong. Did you say it bullshit, or did he? I'm saying he's telling me that. I'm trying to say, is he telling me bullshit that he didn't say, or did you? Oh, no, that's why I feel. Okay, I feel pressure to just throw something out there before I be honest.
Garbage collection trucks working in Highland Park were tracked to specified areas.
It's crazy that I think people like this really do need to be put in an asylum, not let out. But for some reason, the crazy people are out here and the sane people are in there. There is something really wrong with this man, right? And I really mean that mentally. And if it's not mentally, he needs to, listen, man, be put down like a dog. Because the signs are there. I'm trying to figure out, if a detective gets aggressive, they're not going to get nowhere. So little by them doing, taking their time, talking to them, they're getting it. But, this man makes me want to, I just wish he would get it out. Where the fuck is her body at?
Areas in local landfills. The task of sorting through mounds of trash from all over the Detroit area and compiled over several weeks was a daunting undertaking. And
if her body is in there, it's going to be so decomposed. if it's intact, like what I mean intact is like without it being all, I don't even want to say it. Hopefully they're able to find the evidence they need, is my point, so they can put his ass away.
An estimated 8-week project was launched. Dozens of volunteers, mostly wearing masks and hazmat suits and assisted by heavy machinery, picked through layer after layer of the landfill systematically, looking for any sign of Zion.
Did they find her?
We expect phase 1 to take approximately 2 weeks, but we're doing what's right for the right reasons, and we're going to do everything we possibly can to bring some degree of closure. It will never be complete closure, but some degree of closure and justice to this family.
Meanwhile, Jalen Brazier faced up to 4 years in prison for the lies he had told police. The Detroit Police Department, the DPD, assisted by the FBI, continued to seek a warrant for murder. Jalen pled his case to the judge at his sentencing.
One, I did turn myself in. Yes, I lied, but I was not in the right state of mind.
He didn't turn himself in at all. They caught him in a couple lies. That's how he ended up in this predicament. So, let's see what the judge.
There was no way for me to prepare for a situation like that. I was scared. I don't know exactly how she passed, what caused her to pass. I just know 1 minute she was cool, she was fine, she laid back for a minute. Next thing I know, she was dead. I don't know what caused it. I did not cause it or anything like that. I reacted stupidly off of fear and panic like I've never felt before in my life. Literally.
You think she dies and then you dispose of the body? Just like that? That was your choice?
Did not know what to do. I sat for at least 10 minutes sitting there.
Dial 911 so they can come out with an ambulance, take it to the hospital, and figure out what was wrong. But no, you did something more today, young lady. That's why you disposed of that body. What did you do? We don't know. Why did you do it? I'm hoping to find out. That's why I want to react to the trial. I'm definitely going to get the video and I'm reacting to this trial.
Like, what do I do? Who do I call? My kids are upstairs.
911.
We just got into this place after struggling for like 2 years to get it, and everything is falling down.
I won't have any conversation in this phone.
And I wish I could.
Yo, what's crazy is that he had his 2 kids in that house when that young lady passed away. His 2 kids. If he did something, right, he didn't care about his kids. He didn't care about her. Like, yo, this is somebody that you could say is emotionless. He didn't panic. He knew what he was doing.
Take it back. I would have called the ambulance, called her mom, because her mom is so sweet. Her mom is so sweet. I just know. I wish I could take it back. Nobody been in the situation. At the very least, they'd be able to be like, okay, this happened, confirm this. And everybody has some sort of peace right now. You know? But
Jalen Brazier was sentenced to 23 months in prison.
The judge believed him?
Jalen's phone calls home to girlfriend Katrina and other family members were monitored closely while he was in custody. Occasionally, he would use another inmate's calling code to make his phone calls, in a failed attempt to keep his conversations private. He was also in possession of a prohibited cell phone, which he used to exchange thousands of messages with Katrina. Repeatedly in his calls, Jalen would ask if anything major happened. This seemed to be a poorly concealed attempt to ask whether the massive search of the landfill had located anything, or anyone.
There, the most logical and possible one, right?
Yo, that John, that's gotta be killing him. His conscience gotta be killing him. He did something to his cousin, took her life, and disappeared her so that he wouldn't get caught, but still got caught. And hopefully they bury his ass when they find her body. Hopefully they found her body. Let's keep on. Like, yo, this is people, man. When you leave your kids, when you let your kids go out, make sure you know exactly who they with, that you can really trust this person, that you can really trust them, family or not.
There's nothing major or new, and due to that, there's a last effort to put together any types of anything, and that's basically the most logical thing that I came up statistically. So
I just want you to know, keep your head up. Don't say nothing you could deny.
Of course. Baby, stop talking.
I know, I'm just saying.
I just don't want you speaking on certain things.
Oh, I ain't peeped that. His shorty was about to snitch on him. He had to stop her. She was about to spill the beans.
Jalen's concerns over the search for Zion were telling. If his story was truthful and she had died abruptly from an unknown and nonviolent cause, then there would be every reason for him to want her found. Finding Zion would exonerate him. The quicker, the better.
I said the same thing. But he didn't want her found. He threw her in a dumpster like she was trash. He didn't even care. If he would have cared and he was really nervous, regardless of anything, 911. That would have exonerated everything. All right, y'all got high on some shit y'all shouldn't have gotten high off. And now, boom, she's not here. You would have did a little bit of time, you're out. But nah, something happened. It got deep. Why did it go left? You were her favorite cousin. This is not making sense.
Wishing her to be found should also be the sentiment of a loving cousin. Curiously, over and over again, he expressed his relief that no major developments had occurred in the search. As the final days of the landfill project drew near, he referred to it as a search for COVID.
Yeah, just relax. Today is the first, tomorrow's the second. That's what, to stop the COVID thing in here. I'm searching for COVID essentially.
I feel like the girlfriend knows something. She was just giggling. She was just laughing at what he said. Yo.
Yeah, usually there's you usually get an update before that. But actually nothing. So don't worry about nothing.
Jalen served just over 9 months before being granted early release. He had been placed in a special 90-day incarceration program. This boot camp is designed like a military program in which inmates convicted of certain crimes can better themselves while inside, and in turn, they are rewarded with early release. It had been nearly a year, and Zion had not been found. An indictment for murder had not been sought, and now the prime suspect returned to his home and his family.
Why is this man free? What? I can admit to this and still be let free.
Jalen Brazier's freedom was short-lived. On the 13th of June, 2023, after a year-and-a-half investigation, the DPD were finally granted a warrant for arrest.
Okay, take you real quick, I'll verify your identity, your license and all that. Yeah, figure out who you are, man. You driving around your license, man, Yeah, I got
The
So, did they find her body that they arrested him? Did they find any more evidence? That's crazy, right? They let him out. He's out for a little bit, and now he's back in. Did he make a confession to somebody?
The 54-year-old would face charges of second-degree murder, as well as tampering with evidence. Upon his arrest for Zion's murder, 2 additional cell phones were taken. Despite the factory reset that he performed on his device, investigators were able to retrieve some of the activity. His search history had been held in cloud storage. On January 7th, 3 days after dumping his cousin's body in a dumpster, Jalen performed a handful of Google searches. Are garbage trucks also compactors? What is the force of a garbage truck compactor? How do police get your phone history? And how do you know if police are watching you? In addition to these incriminating searches, investigators found that in the months before the incident, Jalen had performed a number of disturbingly suggestive searches for pornographic content containing the words cousin and step-cousin. Experts were able to retrieve the video results of these searches, some of which were reportedly very violent, as well as graphic in nature. As the case approached trial, a preliminary hearing offered more insight into the addition.
So basically, they arrested him again because they found text messages. I mean, not text messages. His search history of him, and this made it possible for them to arrest him. So, could the trash truck have like torn her into pieces to the point where they couldn't find her body even if they searched? But like not even a leg or nah, I think they could have still found parts of her body. Like, I don't know, this is crazy. And like I said, this is deeper. He must have did something to her. My question is, he was her favorite cousin. Could they have had some type of secret relationship, even though she had a boyfriend and he had a girlfriend? Could his girlfriend have known what happened and what he did? Could she have been the third person that walked into that house on that neighbor's door cam that we saw? Because it was two people walk in first, and then a little later, another person walks. We'll find out when I do the reaction to the trial.
Additional evidence that had emerged since Jalen's release. This hearing also may have offered Jalen's defense team a new theory. At the hearing, Vertez Gonzalez testified that he believed his girlfriend was taking regular medication for epilepsy. He told the court that Zion told him that she had seizures and that without her medication, they became more frequent and severe. In one instance, Vertez saw Zion become momentarily faint, slouching forward.
So she wasn't completely healthy. She had epilepsy. They didn't say none of this in the beginning, nor did the mom.
Before regaining her composure after just a few seconds. This episode, he believed, could have been a seizure.
Have you ever seen her have a seizure?
I think so. Yes.
Okay. So. And while she was having the seizure, explain to me what happened.
Just like a little pass out. Like that's it. Like quick little seizure. Like
she was passed out. Was she foaming at the mouth or
no?
Okay. She was shaking uncontrollably?
No.
Okay. So she just passed out?
Yeah, just for a quick second, and she like get back straight.
Sierra Milton, whose youngest child was in fact diagnosed with such a condition, testified that this was not the case. Zion had never suffered a seizure.
Why would her boyfriend lie like that and say that she had seizures? This is weird.
Hundreds of pages of medical records covering years of treatment appeared to support Sierra's assertion. Nonetheless, Jalen Brazier's version of events was now being presented in a new light. Perhaps Zion's condition led to her death suddenly in his living room. Maybe she had a seizure.
Now, there are only two people who can say exactly what happened inside of the house that night. One of them is Zion, and she is gone. The other is the defendant, and you will hear that nearly every time he spoke about what happened, his story changed. And although he got rid of Zion's body, you will see that he left behind a trail of digital evidence that is damning and will show you that the circumstances all lead to one and only one explanation for why Zion left his house in the trunk of his car that night, and that's because he murdered her.
facts. Like, he kept lying time after time. If he didn't do nothing to her and it was natural causes, or because they was getting high and then the natural causes took effect, he would have dialed 911.
He also had a history of seizures and taking seizure medications. Now, on this particular day, she came over to Jalen's house. They were smoking. Jalen told the police after some time that she had shallow breathing and a faint heartbeat. He checked her to see if she was alive, and she was dead. He then feared, because he was doing drugs, which is still federally illegal, that he could be blamed for something, and he panicked.
Zion's phone disconnected from the network at 1:15 a.m. the same night that she disappeared, and was then lost with her. But the teenager's previous cell phone was safe at home. Sierra Milton handed this device over to police. On it, they found months of correspondence between her and her favorite cousin. The messages he sent ranged from subtle and unsettling to deeply inappropriate. At times, the messages were sexual.
He was grooming his cousin. And this is why I keep telling y'all parents, yo, listen to your kids. Don't just hear them out. Listen to them. Because just hearing them out, you're not going to understand what they're telling you. But when you actually listen to them, you understand what they're telling you. And there is a difference between hearing someone out and listening to them. Even when they're lashing out and they don't want to talk to you, in that heat of that moment, in that anger, when they lash out and they tell you certain things, listen to what they're saying. Because they're telling you, right, in a way they don't even know about. But as parents, sometimes, but there are parents out there that just don't care. And I'm not saying that's the case for her mom. But what I'm saying is all us parents need to know the difference between hearing and listening. And we really need to start listening to our kids, not just hearing them out. Like, it's crazy. This young boy had months, probably years of text messaging with this little girl. He was grooming her. That's why he was trying to see, if there was, he was Googling, he was searching, trying to figure out, what could happen if a cousin has a relationship with a cousin, or if a step cousin has a relationship with a cousin, what are the consequences? And I guess he found something that he didn't like. And I guess that night he tried to get rid of the evidence, or his girlfriend could have found out what was going on between the both of them. Then the combination of everything made him do what he did. He knew at the end of the day that everything he was doing was wrong, regardless. Now, this is my opinion. This is just my opinion.
Truly explicit. Over 4,000 distinct texts were retrieved from Zion's old device. In them, Jalen routinely invited her over to his home while his girlfriend was away. He offered to put her up in his basement if she ran away from home. He also advised her on how she might evade police if she ran away once more. Wayne County Assistant Prosecutor Ryan Elsey described the texts as pervasive, at times complimentary of her intelligence and looks, at other times probing in an immature way. For example, he suggested to her that other people thought that they were a couple. He said Katrina, the mother of his children, was jealous of her. Isn't that crazy? Did that make sense to her? He then bragged to Zion about how easily he could get with women. At one point, he called himself a god. Prosecutor Elsey concluded by telling the jury that the 23...
Yo, why a lot of men do that? Why a lot of men talk about, they see themselves as gods? Like, oh, I've smashed. They have a couple bodies on them. They get attention from, certain females. And now these men are considering themselves gods, better than any other men on the planet. Yo, I can't stand men like that. I swear to God, I cannot stand men like that. That's a red flag for me. Like, you think you above everybody, you think you're better than anybody because you can catch this body, or you can do whatever you want with this one, or say whatever you want with that one. Get away with whatever you want with certain females. Nah, nigga. See, what you can get away with certain females with, you can't get away with others. Like, and some of y'all men need to think about it. Like, for real, for real. God. What the hell you think you ruling? Not my world.
3-year-old had been grooming his younger cousin for years.
Told y'all.
That he fantasized about her, and that on
Told y'all, grooming. Listen, man. Let me tell y'all something real quick. Let me come on. I talk to a lot of people about men and women that groom teens and little kids. Y'all gotta be careful. Y'all gotta be aware. Pay attention, because it can go further than that. It can go further than just them fantasizing. See, y'all don't understand. This can go to the point where if they don't get what they want, this fantasy can turn into an obsession, and this obsession can turn deadly. And it has been proven time after time. And this is one other case that just proves that point. These groomers, after a while, they're going to want more than just talking to them and being nice to them. Everything's not free in this world, and we got to teach our kids. They got to be careful. You got to teach them the signs. You got to teach them the signs, because there's people out here that take your kindness for weakness. There's people out here that really do, and there's people out here that can read when somebody has already been a victim. And the victims themselves sometimes don't even notice it, to the point where they fall again to the same trap. Like, I could explain this in so many ways, but we're in the middle of reacting to a video, and the best thing I could tell people out here is, yo, pay attention to y'all kids, pay attention to the signs, because they're out there, clear as day.
January 4th, he must have acted on his impulses. This was the twisted motive that led to her death. Jurors heard about how Jalen learned that Katrina was pregnant with their third child on the day that he brought Zion to his house. Messages between the couple showed how he had lied to her about what he was doing after he dropped her off at work. Earlier,
that's what I'm saying. I think the girlfriend has something to do in this, but I don't know. I'll find out when I react to the trial. Like, I feel as though she has something to do. I feel like she's the third person that the neighbors' door cam caught, but they couldn't really see the face. I think she was spying on him. Yo, I'm telling y'all.
That day, her nausea and hot spells had led to a trip to the emergency room. Hours later, the nausea resumed. She messaged repeatedly that she felt too ill to remain at work and asked him to pick her up. At 1:25 a.m., she wrote, "I think I need to come home." At 1:26, "I don't feel good." A few minutes later, "My stomach hurts. I feel sick and keep getting hot and cold." Jalen's response was simply, "You can make it, baby." He did finally pick her up that night at nearly 3 a.m. When he did so, she noticed a deep scratch across his collarbone. He told her that the cat had scratched him deep enough to draw blood. Odd, Katrina thought. The cat had never scratched that deep before. The trial lasted 2 full weeks in May 2024. Jalen chose not to testify. The state called 32 witnesses. The defense did not call any. The case against Jalen was largely circumstantial, though it was nonetheless compelling.
Yo, he deserves it, man. This is another predator, a pedophile, that groomer. Like, we have to be careful with our kids. They are the target. They are the target. And as parents, we need to protect them with our lives. So,
a forensic anthropologist who reviewed Zion's medical history determined that the only condition that she suffered that could possibly have led to her death was asthma, though an asthma attack would present as the exact opposite of what her cousin described.
that's a fact. That is a fact. Complete opposite. Like, they will wheeze, have a hard time breathing. But I'm not going to sit here and lie. My son suffers from asthma, right? And I've actually seen my son walk and pass out to the ground. Like I've had, his friends call me outside, like, Miss Rachel, JJ needs his pump. He forgot it. And they're like, I'm like, what happened? They was like, we don't know. He was like, out of nowhere, he was like, and then he went, like, he couldn't breathe, but you could tell that they're having a hard time breathing. You don't have to sit here and search for a pulse. I mean, I don't know how to break it down or explain it, but then it's happened on days where it's been this hot outside. That's why I don't really like for him to be really, really, outside when it's really, really hot like this. So I'm cautious with that too. But what? Did he cover her mouth and cause that asthma attack? What the heck?
Instead of quietly passing out and experiencing a faint heartbeat, Zion would have been struggling to breathe. It would have been very clear that she was in distress. Vertez repeated his testimony that Zion had told him that she suffered from seizures. He also admitted that his girlfriend was known to fib quite a bit. It seems that Zion had liked to tell stories.
When he brought her to his house late at night on January 4th of 2022, behind the back of his pregnant girlfriend, who was at work at the time, he brought Zion over to his house late that night, and she leaves that house in the trunk of his car on a night where he has an unexplained gash on his collarbone. What do you think happened inside that house that night? She died of COVID? She died of a seizure?
No, she fought for her life. Like, this young lady was fighting for her life. That's what happened. And this man, I don't have no compassion for him. You had 2 kids upstairs, sleep in their bed. You left those 2 kids alone to go dump your cousin's body. Your cousin, your step-cousin that you have been grooming for a while. And y'all see why? Listen, man, I cannot stand a groomer, a predator, none of them. Because how do y'all think pedophiles start? Those fantasies that they have with these kids. Some just, are bold and don't care and just act on it. Some fantasize, and after a while, their fantasies ain't enough. But see, people don't want to wake up. They just believe the lies that they're told, or they believe in these fairy tales. I don't know what it is with people. I feel as though people know, they just don't give a fuck. Real shit.
There's a claim that he did all this. He did what he did because he was afraid of getting caught for marijuana.
He still got caught because he was stupid.
Afraid of getting busted for pot. You can use your common sense. If you go to a marijuana dispensary, there's not going to be a team of ATF agents waiting to bust you and take you to federal prison for that. It's about the equivalent of a parking ticket. You ever heard of somebody getting rid of a body to avoid a parking ticket?
Vertez himself said Zion told him specifically she had a history of seizures. The question was asked, were you concerned when you saw this? No, I was not concerned because I knew of a history of seizures she told me about, and that she...
Yo, these paid lawyers that these defense people be having, yo, they get paid good to keep up with this story, boy. Because, yo, seizure or not, you can tell when somebody's having a seizure. Their body starts shaking, their eyes start rolling. Like, certain ways you have to help somebody with a seizure. I could break it down, but I ain't doing that right now. When somebody's having an asthma attack, you could tell they're having an asthma attack. Like, man, unless you don't know nothing, nothing about the medical side, like people illnesses, how to handle them. See, I was, because I didn't recertify my John. So I'm not certified no more, but I was certified. I was a certified health aide, and I dealt with the CPR. I did CPR. I knew how to, deal with people with diabetes. I knew how to deal with people with seizures. Listen, man, I know how to deal with a lot of different types of patients, and each one taught me the differences between their illnesses, how you could tell when somebody has it. But people don't want to wake up. This all the flags were there, regardless of anything.
She was on medication for it. And his understanding is that if she did not take the medication, the seizures would be that much worse.
Sierra Milton and the rest of Zion's family waited as the jury went into deliberations.
Just so many inconsistencies that, again, hopefully, the end point of this is that they will see those inconsistencies, see through the lies, and see the truth. That he murdered my daughter and he disposed of her with absolute disregard for her life.
The jury returned in only 30 minutes.
As to count one, how do you find?
Guilty.
As to count two, how do you find?
Guilty.
Yeah.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, please raise your right hand.
Jalen Brazier maintained his innocence of the murder at his sentencing hearing.
I know that the picture's already painted, of course, and once we get to have it right, it is what it is, but Zion was not in any way violent. He wasn't hurt at all. I said that I never wanted to apologize, but I never tried to apologize. That's not true. What I said is I know that my apology is worth nothing because you can't change her. But what I did.
Before announcing his decision on the length of...
Yo, this man is emotionless. His heart is cold as ice. He has an ice box where his heart used to be if he ever had one.
...term that Jalen would serve, Judge Donald Knapp outlined the convict's failure to accept any responsibility for the murder, for his disposal of Zion's body, for lying to police, and for causing so many delays in the investigation through his lies. The father had left his two young children alone in the house. He manipulated and lied to family, and ultimately, he acted alone. It was unlikely, according to Judge Knapp, that he would ever be rehabilitated. Jalen Brazier was sentenced to 30 to 90 years in prison for the murder and another 5 to 10 years for tampering with evidence. These terms are to be served consecutively.
Good. Yo, okay. All right. Shout out to this judge. That's some justice. He should have gotten life. But shout out to this judge because he did something.
My body was trembling. But man, when it was red, and it was just so matter of fact, I was so happy they saw. She was loved. She is loved. She was fought for. And this is the result. So I'm happy. I'm happy that in the end, this is justice.
And for Jalen, you thought you were smart. You tried to be slick. The people saw you for what you are. You ain't.
Karma's a bitch, yo. And I'm glad Karma got him like this. Karma don't ask you how you want it. Karma just takes it.
And I hope you never get out.
Me too.
Zion Foster's body has never been recovered.
Wow.
Over 70 volunteers and law enforcement searched the landfill for nearly 6 months before finally admitting defeat. As of the publication of this video, Jalen remains at an intake facility in Wayne County, awaiting his placement in a general population prison.
Man, jail is a sweet place for this man. Yo. Oh, like, this is crazy.
Would this world function properly without the laughter of children's glee? Their innocence and pure hearts, adding color to life's art. Imagine a world without their curious minds, no tiny hands to hold in times. Their dreams and hopes a beacon bright, guiding us through the darkest night. For in the eyes of a child we see the possibility of what could be. Their love and light, a gift so rare, a world without them we cannot bear. In a world without women, will there be loving compassion? Their strength and wisdom, essential for our evolution. From nurturing to leading with grace, women bring balance to every space. Their resilience and empathy, crucial for humanity's harmony. Can this world truly function without the essence of their contribution? Let's honor and respect them, for they are the heart of our civilization. In a world without men, will we thrive or fall? Could we find balance, or will chaos call? Strength and power they bring, but also strive. Can this world function without them in our life? Leaders and workers, fathers and sons. Their absence may leave us all in the run, but empathy and grace can fill the void. Can this world function without men deployed? Yet women have risen strong and true, breaking barriers, making their debut. Together we stand, hand in hand. Can this world function without man's command?
And the world may never know if this world may function without man's command. One thing I do know is that at times the world cannot function without our children's glee. Like our children, like in reality, they are the teachers. We are the students. Like I don't understand how can people harm our kids. I don't understand what takes so long to sit here and catch these criminals. Like it's so many things that I can sit here and say, like, damn, why? Y'all got the technology, y'all got the resources. Like, how can people not sit here and tell the difference between a man that's grooming a child, a woman that's grooming a child, and a person that's not? Like, they're out there. This man sat here and groomed his step cousin. And I don't get tired of saying it time after time. Like, we really have to sit here and look at people's mental health. That is a serious thing that some people have, men and women. See, for a while they'll sit here and not touch, but they'll sit here and be nice to these kids, do this, do that. What y'all think is free? They're doing it just cause? No, they're sitting here grooming these kids, and I'm not saying it's everybody. I'm not speaking about everybody. I'm speaking in general. And if that shoe fits, wear that bitch. Because there's plenty of people out here that you could tell the signs are there. The red flags are there. These are groomers. But people want to sit here and sugarcoat that shit or make an excuse for them. Nah, man, after a while, it's not going to be all this talking. You know, the men and the women that say, oh, I don't see a problem with, dating somebody, a teen that's 16, 15, because to them, allegedly, they're grown. They're responsible. They could do this. As long as they got a job, they're grown. Because if they got a job, they're grown. That's what they're saying. Not thinking about the responsibilities, the behavior, the stuff that teens do, kids do. No, to them, they're grown. But to them, it's okay. They'll sit here and they'll argue a person down that's telling them, no, that's not okay. You don't think about the consequences, the actions, none of that stuff. No, because they got a job, they're grown. Nope, that's not true. That's not true. If it was like that, why would you get in trouble? I mean, them rules were set in place for a reason, but you know what's crazy? People sit here and take advantage. They don't follow the rules. They don't. I can go really deep into this, but what I'm going to do is, right, we're going to move on to the next topic, right? I just brought awareness to, a mom that sat here and drowned her foster child. And we just brought awareness on a step cousin that sat here and killed his cousin because he wanted to be more than just cousins. And, I gave y'all my perspectives, my opinion on that. So we're going to move on to the next video. And this video is how we're going to end this live. Let's have some fun. Let's have some giggles. I came across this old head on TikTok, right? And to me, she was funny as hell. Oh, where's she at? Here we go. Her name is Caroline Picard. They say that she is the Cajun queen. I hope that y'all enjoy her, her comedy the same way that I do. To me, she's funny. Let us shorty know what y'all think about her. I feel as though we need some more old heads like this. Like this old head is free. She's lived her life. She walked them trenches. She's been, she's fallen a couple times and picked herself back up. And she's out here just trying to make other people laugh. Like to me, it's comedy. It's fun. Nobody need to take it, to the head, to the chest. It's comedy. They're just jokes. The link is there for anybody that wishes to, talk to a shorty, ask her any questions. These are all open panels. Anybody wishes to come up and talk, y'all more than welcome. But for right now, let's watch Caroline Picard, the Cajun Queen, and her comedy stand.
Yeah, baby. Welcome to the jungle, motherfuckers.
Hey, welcome to the younger motherfuckers. Hey, what happened?
Y'all didn't see that shit coming, huh?
No, I ain't see that shit coming.
Yeah, she looked like a nice old lady. I was watching over there like that Murder, She Wrote woman. Bullshit.
Murder, She Wrote.
I'm cold and bitter. That's what's following Charlie. Fucking me.
Hey.
Oh, my God. I love doing that opening, man, because I can see so many young kids go, oh, shit. One lady actually came up to me and said, you need to talk to Jesus. But, bitch, I live in Texas. That's my next door neighbor.
Hey.
His wife makes tamales. I make gumbo. We good. We all right.
Yo, tamales.
It's true, gumbo. Man. Ugh. I mean, I'm like Charlie. I see a lot of young kids. Fuck that. I had one of them come up to me on the ship one day and goes, you're so harsh. You hurt my feelings. I'm like, bitch, I meant to.
Hey.
Wrong fucking generation, jackass. And
I love these old heads. I love these old heads. They have no filters, no hairs in their tongues. They will tell you how it is, raw and uncut. Yo, if y'all come across old heads like this, don't get offended by the way they talk. Don't. They just so real about it. Like they're going to tell you the truth, how it is. Even if it offends you, they're going to tell you the reality, the real reality. No excuses, no holds bars.
When they go, you're so harsh. You hurt my feelings. I'm like, bitch, I meant to. Wrong straight fucking up. Generation, jackass. And I'm laughing my ass off at him. He goes, why are you laughing? I said, well, first of all, you got a bun on your fucking head.
Hey? A what?
You look like my Aunt Lucille.
Yo.
And then on a pair of ripped jeans. Okay, that's cool. You paid for that shit. You actually bought that at a fucking store. I wore that shit too. I just waited till they fucking wore down.
Hey.
Oh my God. And so it's true. And COVID, oh, wasn't that a fun little trip? Yeah, every time that little fucking weasel came on TV, I wanted to punch him in the fucking face.
Who's the weasel?
If I ever meet that bastard, it's him and me, and trust me, I'll beat his ass.
I think I know who she's talking about. Yo, if y'all don't know who she's talking about, yo, man, she's talking about Shitty Beans. Shitty Beans, the president. I'm dead, yo. Shout out to this over here. Shout out to Caroline Picard. Yo, she is really the Cajun queen. She funny as hell, straight from the gate, yo.
I never given that shit first started where you had to wear a mask. I'm like, all right, fuck it, I'll put on a damn mask. I had to go to the store, right? It's a beautiful day in South Texas. You know, we don't have them too often. It's called no humidity.
I'm talking about Biden.
I'm in my car by myself. It's just me and Jesus. I'm not putting on the fucking mask. And I'm pretty certain he's not going to catch COVID. So we all right. And I get down to the store and I'm carrying my mask. I'm not going to put it on until I get in the damn store. And here comes a woman about my age. She's all masked up. She got the plate glass in front of everything. Boy, that bitch is, she ain't catching shit. And I see her look at me. She really, bitch, she's about my age, man. And she bolts up like she's going to tell me something. Till she started to look on my face. And my face said, bitch, I wish you would. You feeling froggy? Jump. I got Medicare too.
Yo.
Let's go. A, B, and D. Come on, bitch.
She said if you feeling froggy leak. She's like, shh. I got Medicare too. She's like, I got that AARP. No, I'm just playing. She said, I got that. What? I don't know. Over here is Health Partners, Keystone, Chip. I don't know what they got in other places. Senior Partners over here. Like, yo, man, she got that Senior Partners on. That John covers everything.
Bitch, break it. Son of a bitch. And whose fucking bright idea was to say that senior citizens could only fucking shop between 6:30 a.m. and 9 motherfucking 30? I'm not up at 5:30. I'm not raising chickens, bitch. What the fuck?
Yo, she said I'm not up at 5:30. I'm not raising chickens. Like, motherfucker, I need my sleep. Who the fuck you think you is? I'm gonna get my Z's, then I'll go shopping and do what I want to do. You don't tell me what to do. Yo, this a G right here. Where these old heads at, man? I know we got one here on YouTube. Shout out to Miss 504, Mouth of the South. Yo, Miss 504, she's like that. I be telling Miss 504 she should do some stand-up comedy, yo. Shout out to Miss 504, yo. This lady right here, yo. This lady, the Cajun queen over here, though. She is funny, man. Her and Miss 504 should do a comedy stand together. And I'm not saying Miss 504 is old like her. Miss 504 only in her 40s. What I'm saying is, yo, these two ladies is funny as hell to me. This shit is crazy.
I'm like, son of a bitch. I drink a lot. Fuck me.
She said, fuck me.
But I'm just stunned at the whole thing. And with kids too, they're like, well, our generation, what the fuck? You learned how to operate a cell phone, bitch. That's all you learned how to do. You evidently don't know it because you haven't checked anything on the fucking History Channel.
Yo.
And they're like, well, you don't do it. Why would I? I have a phone. It does what I want it to do. It fucking rings. And I talk in it. And they think because we're old.
Yo, I'll be telling people, the same thing about the phones. Like when it comes to the pictures and the video, I want to get me some regular cameras. I'm tired of doing the streaming on my phones and stuff like that. I don't like them. They're a piece of shit. I don't give a fuck if it's an iPhone or a damn Android. I love taking pictures of old cameras. Like they look much better. Plus the video and the quality when you take it off of when you record on a camcorder. It's way better when you record than when you're recording on your phone. Like, I don't know, it's something about photography, the art out there. Like when I'm taking a picture of the sky, I wanted to, take a picture of it the way it looks, not have it all filtered up or the picture looking all blurry or all stupid, or you have to sit here and fight and tussle with the phone to get the good little snapshot. Like, nah, man. Nah. So she right, man. Like these phones, for me, I just want them just to talk. That's what they're meant for, cellular phones, to talk with outside.
Bitch, what the fuck?
Bitch, what the fuck?
I'm like, son of a bitch. I drink a lot.
She said, I drink a lot.
Fuck me. But I'm just stunned at the whole thing. And with kids too, they're like, well, our generation, what the fuck? You learned how to operate a cell phone, bitch. That's all you learned how to do. You evidently don't know it because you haven't checked anything on the fucking History Channel. And they're like, well, you don't do it. Why would I? I have a phone. It does what I want it to do. It fucking rings. And I talk in it. And they think because we're older, it's like we play games. I'm like, well, we busy working. Got time to play fucking games.
Right?
Well, I remember y'all playing Pokemon Go. That was entertaining as fuck, wasn't it? Oh, yeah, watching them walk into walls, drive off.
Yo, I remember that when they came out with the Pokemon Go. That I don't know if y'all ever seen the little game, but if you did, that little game that came out on both Android and iPhones, the little Pokemon app, right? You would walk around, you had to find your little Pokemon and catch them. But you would have to go, like, if you're in Philadelphia, for example, right? Let me put Philadelphia because it's easier to talk about. Now, I had the little game because my son was into it. So it would basically will put out the map of your area. I'm on HP. So it would tell me to walk up to, like, Hunting Park to go catch a Pikachu, or to go to Fifth and Lycoming to go catch a Meowth or a Mewtwo all the way up in Alani. Like you would have to walk around and see the Pokemons and catch them. So motherfuckers were so stuck on their phone that it caused a lot of accidents. And yes, people were walking into walls. Like a lot of crazy shit was happening. That was the wildest game that ever went viral because of what people did. I ain't gonna lie, the little game was fun though.
Off a cliff, that was fucking hilarious. This one guy said, well, y'all never did that. Y'all never chased mystical creatures.
Hey, hold on.
What the fuck? I'm like, son of a bitch. I drink a lot.
She said, I drink a lot.
Fuck me.
Fuck me.
But I'm just stunned at the whole thing. And with kids too, they're like, well, our generation, what the fuck? You learned how to operate a cell phone, bitch. That's all you learned how to do. You evidently don't know it because you haven't checked anything on the fucking History Channel. And they're like, well, you don't do it. Why would I? I have a phone. It does what I want it to do. It fucking rings. And I talk in it.
That's it. I don't need
and they think because we're older, it's like we play games. I'm like, well, we busy working. Got time to play fucking games. You know, I remember y'all playing Pokemon Go. That was entertaining as fuck, wasn't it?
That's the funniest thing.
Watching them walk into walls, drive off a cliff. That was fucking hilarious.
Yes, it was.
This one guy said, well, y'all never did that. Y'all never chased mystical creatures. Hold up.
That's what the fuck everybody was doing, going around the world, chasing mystical creatures. Everybody and their damn mama, their grandmama and their granddaddy was out here chasing mystical creatures. Some had blunts in their hands, some had a crack pipe, some had a beer bottle, some had a liquor bottle on some real shit. You saw everybody and their freaking mama with that damn Pokemon Go out here like they was fucking Ash from Pokemon and Brock from Pokemon. Pokemon, gotta catch him all, like on some real shit. I'm saying, I'm like, am I freaking watching a movie? Like, is the movies coming to reality? I feel like that's what's happening right now. We're living all the movies. They're coming to reality. We wanted to be in the movie so much, to experience them so much, that we're actually living them. Like, this is some crazy shit.
Yeah, we did. But we never left the sofa. Look, there's a unicorn. I remember a friend of mine got to hold of some hash. Not hashtag hash, good shit. We smoked that up and stared at a picture on the wall.
Yo, that's a fact. Fuck all that. Like, yo, she funny as hell because she's speaking some facts. She's speaking the truth. That shit is funny right now, though. Like, smoking that hash, smoking the what is it called? There's the other one. It's like this oil. I forgot what it's called. But the THC, the extract, they extract the THC and it's like this gel. Then you got the hash and I forgot what else it's called. But them Jones will leave you like if you're on some shrooms. Like, I've seen motherfuckers on that shit. Like, listen, man, some people ain't meant to get high. Like, I had my son's godmom, right? And I'm not saying she's not meant to get high, but at times, I don't know if she knows what the fuck she's smoking. Because there was 2 times. One time, yo, let me tell you about the one time. Fuck the second time. This one time, she gonna sit here and call me. It's like 3 a.m. in the morning. Because she has my son, right? And I guess they talking and everything. And she heard this noise. And my son gonna tell her they virgin. Yo, she gonna call me at 2 a.m., 3 a.m. in the morning, gonna tell me for real if they actually virgin. I'm saying, I'm like, bitch, is you serious? I'm like, where you get that from? She was sitting here listening to my son talk to her about the goddamn purge. And then hear some noises and actually think that what he's saying is true. No, he's telling you about a movie. We're not really purging out here. Crazy part about it is some people sit here and she's not lying. I've had some friends that would sit here, right, and smoke. And like, yo, I got one. She sat here one day and she was just blowing. We having a whole conversation. Next thing I know, I have this little Mario sticker from Nintendo on my fucking refrigerator. She's singing to the fucking refrigerator, talking about she's singing to Mario. Hour later, she's talking about My Little Pony because yes, they start seeing little ponies. My daughter has a little pony balloon right there, and I guess the thing came to life in her imagination because none of my things actually move when I smoke. I tell people I don't smoke to fucking get high. When I do smoke, shit, my doctor knows. They try to give me the edibles, but I chose my gun license. But listen, man, I know what's coming. I can grow my own weed, and I got all these shit. I got all these seeds waiting for me to plant. October is coming, and that's the time you start.
6 fucking hours. Oh yeah, watching them walk into walls, drive off a cliff, that was fucking hilarious. This one guy said, well, y'all never did that. Y'all never chased mystical creatures.
Shit. Yeah, it just wasn't a game.
Hold up. Yeah, we did.
Right?
But we never left the sofa. Look, there's a unicorn. I remember a friend of mine got to hold of some hash. Not hashtag hash, good shit. We smoked that up and stared at a picture on the wall for 6 fucking hours.
Shit.
I don't think any of us blinked.
Lil
Finally, one
Wayne
of my
fucking
friends
skates
said,
on
dude, we need to change the channel. This is fun.
That shit crazy. Lil Wayne be fucking getting high on skateboards, popping mushrooms and smoking weed. Shit. I went too far.
Drive off a cliff. That was fucking hilarious. This one guy said, well, y'all never did that. Y'all never chased mystical creatures. Hold up.
Hold up. What you gonna tell me?
Yeah, we did. But we never left the sofa.
Facts.
Look, there's a unicorn. I remember a friend of mine got to hold of some hash. Not hashtag hash, good shit. We smoked that up and stared at a picture on the wall for 6 fucking hours.
That's just like getting high on shrooms.
I don't think any of us blinked. Finally, one of my friends said, oh, dude, we need to change the channel.
Yeah.
This is fucked up. What's amazing is I had a lot of my friends that come see my shows and shit. People I went to high school with, smoked dope with, did acid with, you know. I graduated high school in 1969. Any more questions? And
damn, 1969.
And I even went to college.
She said,
there's no degree. I did a little chemistry. That was about it. But they'll come see my family shows. Yeah, I do a family show. It's adorable. And it's about my family growing up in Louisiana. And they love it. They're like, oh, man, oh, Caroline, that was a great show. Then they'll come see my adult show. They go, oh, my God. Okay, you young ones, understand something. As you get older, you're going to hear these words. At our age.
Yo, at our age. I laugh when she talks about at our age. She is the funniest, yo. Why can't we have more old heads like this? A lot of our old heads nowadays are so miserable. Like, they so stuck in the past. Like, come on, man.
Up in Louisiana. And they love it. They go, oh, man, oh, Caroline, that was a great show. Then they'll come see my adult show. They go, oh, my God. Okay, you young ones, understand something. As you get older, you're going to hear these words. At our age. What does that even fucking mean? My friend goes, well, you know, Caroline, I can't believe you still talk that way. Bitch, you new here? How long have you fucking known me? She said, yeah, but you know, at our age. At our age what? This is the first time I've been 70, bitch. I don't know how to fucking act. When I hit 50, I didn't get a fucking book. When you get your AARP card, they don't send you a manual and says, all right, you 50, bitch, shut the fuck up, calm down. Hey. Only thing that happened when I hit 50 is my don't give a damn button broke. I hit 60, I pulled that bitch out of the fucking wall.
Shit, that's how I feel now. Shit. I'm 34 and I don't give a fuck about when it comes to certain people, I just don't give a fuck no more. Why? Because they don't give a fuck. If they don't give a fuck about nothing, why should I give a fuck about what they do, say, or happens? They don't give a fuck about themselves. So my I don't give a fuck button has been already pushed. Like, I'm 34 years old and I've seen so much already. And it's like people just don't want to change. They don't.
I hit 70 and realized I don't even have to fucking like you. Okay, I ain't got time for drama. I'm closer to Jesus than you. Shut the fuck up. Move on.
Yo.
Find somebody 30 who gives a fuck. Oh my God. I work with a lot of young kids too on chefs, man. And I can't lie to them. They want me, some of my friends say, well, tell them you're 50. It's like 60s and you 40. No, 60 is fucking 60. I know what my ass looked like at 40. Right? It don't look like that anymore. And if I tell these kids I'm 20 years younger than what I really am, now they go, wow, you're 70. You look so.
Yo, that's the problem. Yo, she's spitting some facts. Why do some of these females do that? Especially here on social media. They'll come, right? And they're a certain age, and you can tell you're a certain age. But they'll sit here and they tell you they're younger than what they are. If you don't want to give your age, just don't give your age. Like, all right, well, then let them just call you Mrs., Miss, old head. Like, for real. Like, because I know some old heads don't like giving their age. I respect that. I'm not going to sit here and force an old head to give me their age for what? Like, man, if they cool, they cool. Like, that's it, point blank. Simple as that. I go by their character, their behavior, how they treat me. Man, because look, respect is earned at the end of the day. That shit is not just given. I'm not just going to give you my respect. Because you're not going to give me yours, right? I got to earn your respect, right? So you got to earn mine. Respect is fucking earned. That shit goes both ways. Shout out to this old head, man. We need some more old heads like this.
I work with a lot of young kids too on chefs, man. And I can't lie to them. They want me, some of my friends say, well, tell them you're 50. It's like.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. My bad. That I noticed that a lot of these old heads here, right? They say they're younger, but y'all know that that's called catfishing, right? Y'all catfishing. Y'all put a younger picture of y'all when y'all was like 20 years younger than the age y'all are currently. Then tell everybody y'all that age. And then get mad when people find out how old you really are. Just don't give your age. That's it. That's simple. Don't give it. I respect them old heads. They be like, I'm not going to give my age. I respect them. I really do. Like, all right, you ain't got to give me your age. Much respect.
Like 60s is in you 40. No, 60's fucking 60. I know what my ass looked like at 40. It don't look like that anymore.
Facts.
And if I tell these kids I'm 20 years younger than what I really am, now they go, wow, you're 70. You look so fucking good. If I tell them I'm 50, they're going like, bitch, you've been rode hard.
Hey, why lie about your age?
You might want to stop them double crowns and try a Merlot. And I love it. They come to me for advice. They think I'm their nana. And these young girls, they all fall in love on a ship. It's a 6-month contract. And they're like, but he loved me. Bitch, he's Italian. He loves every fucking body. He told me I was beautiful. Shut the fuck up. Well, what do I do? Okay, well, there's 1,200 crew members, half of men. Pick one a week.
Hey, oh shit.
I come from a generation of women that believed in find them, feed them, fuck them, and forget them. Okay, so move on. Damn. But people think as you get older, it's stupid. You should talk differently, act. No, I'm still the fucking person I was when I was 21 years old. I have not changed. And I'm proud of being 70.
In a marriage, it is normal to want something new.
Where am I?
Phil just got a new.
I'm at 8:26. I'm on the wrong note. We're going to the premium channel. No commercials, no interruptions. No.
Caroline Picard.
Right here.
Trust me, there were bets running. I wasn't going to make it. They didn't think I was going to hit 40. Seriously, the way I acted back then. But, I remember a couple of years ago, went home, visit my mom, my brother, my sister, my family. And mom tells me, she says, Caroline, she said, I hate to say this, but Fat Rodney died. That's what we all called him, Fat Rodney. He was fat. He called himself Fat Rodney. He was fat. I said, oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Now, Fat Rodney, he ran the bar, him and his daddy. We knew his daddy and knew his mom.
What Rodney? I know a Rodney around here. KB, your Rodney's out here messing with older ladies. Come get your son. Oh, snap. Let me find out. I see why that youngin' be in all these older chats.
Mom. And he passed away. He had some health issues. So Mom says, well, you want to go pay respects? Yeah, we need to. Now, understand something. I grew up in a little town outside Lafayette, Louisiana. Yeah, baby. I have to tell people we have more than one city in the state of Louisiana than New Orleans. And, you know, we have one funeral home with one room. So you have to kind of plan to die. It's like, no, man, we booked up till Wednesday. Can you wait another week? Hold on.
Damn.
So we get there, and we take Mom out of my sister's truck, put her in a wheelchair, and I look up, and I see this woman walking towards me, and I start laughing. My sister sees her, and she starts giggling. My mama looks up and said, y'all need to shut up. Okay, well, let me explain. Every woman in this room, I don't care how old you are, when you're in high school, there was always this one bitch. Okay? And you remembered what you were going to do to that bitch if you ever got to see her.
You bored? You bored? Aw, you ain't got to be here, boo. You don't got to be here. Bye-bye. This ain't the channel for you. You bored? You ain't got to be here. Yep. Just blocked your dumb ass. Listen, man. I know my channel is not everybody's cup of tea. I don't go back and forth with trolls. That's the second troll. I haven't had trolls in this genre for like almost 2 years. Right? I don't deal with trolls. Y'all gonna sit here and beat y'all head on a wall, bump your heads on a wall. It's like fighting a dead horse. I just block, all right? I give a warning. That's it. Like, as long as you're not disrespectful, but I'm still deleting, I'm still blocking. I don't need the trolls here. I don't do that shit. Like, my channel's not for that. We're not here for that. This is, listen, man. This channel is a positive channel. Like, I do reactions. We have fun. We chill. We fall back. We're here to bring awareness. We're here to bring solutions to the table. Just because I'm playing a little comedy stand don't mean that I'm going to take bullshit from nobody. Just because I talk the way I talk don't mean that I'm going to take bullshit from nobody. All right? And I tell people, I taught people's disrespect. So just watch it. Because like I keep saying, respect is earned, not given. And I know how to move forward. So I think, and I suggest a lot of y'all should, because a lot of y'all feelings get hurt.
Her again. Because women, we keep a file cabinet in our head. Y'all think we don't, and y'all think old people don't know. No, we remember. We just got a lot of fucking files to go through. Let me explain. This woman in high school, she was everything, man. She was most beautiful. Okay, most likely to succeed. Her and her boyfriend, who was a star basketball player. All right, they've done well. They have a nice double wide. Right next to his Texaco station. It's really nice. No convenience store, just 2 pumps. And she was the meanest bitch. In high school,
damn.
I had curly hair, cat eye glasses, not because I was retros, because I was poro. And I weighed about 200 pounds. Okay, well, I lost my weight. Karma is a motherfucker.
Yes, it is. I tell people all the time.
She used to teach me, got fatty, 2x4. And I'm looking up and I'm going, this bitch is rolling up on me like a boulder in the Indiana Jones movie. Holy shit. And she gets up. She doesn't recognize me. She recognizes my mom and my sister. And when she finally realizes who I am, she goes, oh my God, Caroline, that's you? You look amazing. because I dropped 125 pounds. Yeah. Now, like I said, you remember, and you start going through file cabinets, and everything seems like it's 2 hours, but it's only 2 seconds in your head. And you find that file and go, bitch. And then I remember my mama is right here. And the only thing that came out of my mouth was, you look healthy.
That's because she didn't really want to say what she wanted to say. Yo, it is hard, right? When you really want to say something, but you know that you're going to offend that person because you're speaking the facts. I get in trouble for that. I mean, I don't call people ugly because people are not ugly. Like, the ugliness from somebody comes from the inside, not from the outside. Like, to people, the faces could look whatever. You don't know what people have been through. So you don't ever judge somebody by the way they look. You don't know if they have something going on with them or what happened to them. So listen, man, I never ever judge nobody by their appearance. Why? For what? What's the point? You want it done to you? See, I keep telling people what you do onto others is going to be done back to you. You can't cover the finger with one finger. I mean, with one, you can't cover the sun with one finger. My bad. And what's crazy is, right, a lot of people have a tendency of making fun of people that are big or fat or look a certain way. Nah, man, beauty's on the inside, never on the outside. And people fail to realize that part.
Then she says this. She said, people say the stupidest shit at a funeral. She says, y'all here to see Rodney?
Hey.
No, we were riding around. I told my sister, swing by the funeral home. Let's see who died. Maybe there's something good to eat.
Yo.
I'm like, yes, we're here to see Rodney. And she said, she says, here it comes. Well, at our age, this is where we're going to meet from now on, I guess. I'm like, what, the bar closed? I'm like, dude, after this, we're going to bring Mama home. We're going to go out and have a couple of beers, celebrate Rodney's life. Join us. Oh, no, I don't drive after dark. It's fucking 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yo.
Is there a happy hour I don't know about? So we go in, and we get Mama situated in the old people's area. You know, the funeral home, where they park all the old people, they stare at the casket like somebody's going to fucking get up. It's true, man. It's the same thing for my mom's funeral. All the old people just staring there. I'm like, she's not getting up, right? True story. True story. We at the graveyard. We're getting ready to tell Mama bye. We got the priest there and everything. And we sitting under a tent. This gust of wind comes up. My sister goes, that's Mama telling us bye.
What?
I said, hell no, that's your daddy. My daddy died like 1976. And my daddy loved my mother. But he loved everybody else's mother too.
Oh shit! She just called her dad a whole gigolo. She called her dad a hoe.
So that gust of wind was my daddy going, shit. Hey, all right, ladies, y'all need to get up. Heaven's over.
Yo,
she's here.
She shot out.
So anyway, I'm paying my respects, and I look up and I see the Ladies Altar Society. If you're Catholic, you know who the Ladies Altar Society is. Y'all had to hear to say the rosary, and that takes some fucking time. And where I'm from, we say it in English and in French. I'm like, oh no, this ain't gonna happen. I looked at Rod and I'm like, dude, have a good trip. I'm gonna bounce. Tell Mama I said hi.
Yo.
So we go on, and I go in the kitchen.
Yo, what's crazy is that a lot of us do that. Man, listen, I ain't gonna sit here and lie. Right? Whenever the people that come by that want to sit here and give them little pamphlets for church and then want to invite you to the church, then they want to sit here and like kidnap you for hours in front of your house, like real shit. They don't want to let you go once they start a conversation with you. Right? They come by, they want to give the pamphlets, try to convert you to go to their church, do this, do that. One quick answer. I'm Muslim. They walk away. Real shit. They do. No, I ain't got time for you to sit here and try to convert me. I'm tired of y'all lies and y'all trying to deceive us, and much more. No, I'm good. I go to church in my own house. I believe in God, nothing more, nothing less. I believe, listen, man, I don't believe in the Bible. I believe in that man upstairs. And you can get mad at me all you want. All you want. Because at the end of the day, I know somebody created us. But that Bible right there, Bible is nothing more than just stories. Stories to guide us. Stories, and some stories to me ain't real. It's like I hear everybody say, like, if Jesus is God. Jesus is not God. But you know what? We're not even going to get into that. That's a topic for another live, because people really do get offended when it comes to these type of topics. They really do. People can't handle people's opinions on social media. And they don't notice that these platforms are all public platforms where people can give their opinions. People could talk freely without getting judged. But people gonna get judged anyways. You're gonna get judged. Doesn't matter where you go, here on these social media platforms or out here on these streets. For real.
Kitchen. Well, where I'm from, I'm Cajun Catholic. And if you're
You said I'm
if you're
Cajun
Italian Catholic, Cajun Catholic, Hispanic Catholic, when we grieve, we eat. That's what we do. Now, I've seen some white Baptists. They don't like their people.
Yo, I'm dead. When I grieve, I don't eat. I can't eat when I'm grieving. Like, yo, for real. Like, people have to force me to eat. Shit, I sit here and I be blazing with Mary Jane. It just be me and her, and sometimes a bottle of Jack Daniels. For real. I can't eat while I'm grieving. But I do know that she is speaking some facts. I've seen so many people lose, somebody they care about. And the first thing they go to is food as a comforter. I can't. I lose like 100 pounds when I'm grieving.
And I went to a funeral for a friend of mine's dad, and I'm going. She's like, what? I said, I don't smell nothing cooking. She said, I said, y'all don't have nothing to eat? She said, well, we have cake and punch. I'm like, bitch, this ain't a birthday party.
Hey, yo.
I looked at the dad. I was like, Bob, bye-bye. I'm going to the bar. See you later, man. Have fun.
Bye.
No, so I go to the kitchen. That's where everything is. We got a pot of gumbo on the stove. Yes, we have a stove in the funeral home, in the kitchen. And I see boxes of Popeye fried chicken, ham, all kinds. And then I see it, the golden dart. There it is. That big old pile.
What pie?
Chicken salad sandwiches.
I'm not from
only grandmas
Louisiana,
know how to
so.
make. With that cheap ass mayonnaise. We use blue plates. Some people use Duke's mayonnaise. And they cut them up in little triangles. And they put that grandma seasoning.
Hey,
cut the crust off. They put it on that cheap ass white bread. You know the one when you eat it and go.
Yo.
Then all of a sudden you're doing Coke again.
What? Oh.
And I grabbed 3 and a cup of coffee. I'm like, son of a bitch, this is so fucking good. I'm like, Rodney, you would have loved this. He was a big boy. And I'm eating it. My friend walks up and she goes, oh, you can eat that. I'm like, well, why wouldn't I be able to eat that? I said, it's for everybody, isn't it? She's like, well, yeah, but she said, I don't know if I can eat that because I think I'm lactose intolerant.
What?
Bitch, it's mayo, not milk.
Yo.
And she's, well, I can't eat the bread because I think I'm allergic to gluten.
Are people allergic to gluten? Maybe they probably are. But y'all do know this gluten-free stuff and the sugar-free stuff to get you bigger and fatter faster than something with sugar. I mean, I be telling people, man, we educate yourselves. Even on a comedy stand, I have to sit here and tell y'all, man, like, re-educate yourselves. I'm sorry, yo. Oh, I'm not sorry.
You didn't know what gluten was 5 fucking years ago. You called it glutton. She's like, well, be that what it may. I'm like, what? You been reading? Be that what it may. What the fuck are you talking about?
Be that what it may.
She said, well, everything in my house is gluten-free. Everything. My husband eats gluten-free. My kids, my grandkids, my cat, and my dog. I'm like,
so everybody just went gluten-free because they told you to go gluten-free. But y'all still eating them meats and them fake veggies and fruits, right? I wonder how some people, like, if the fake veggies and fruits are still out, why isn't everybody noticing it? It's only certain people. I'm about to start researching that.
Your animals are gonna kill you in your fucking sleep.
Daniel.
I'd watch the cat. He doesn't need you. He needs your thumbs.
Oh, shit.
All he's going to do is eat the cat food, lick his ass, cough up the fur ball, go sit in the sun, look at you and go, bitch, don't even fucking think about it. And your dog will eat a turd. Don't care. Oh, I know somebody's like, oh, my, she's talking about fur babies. Bitch, unless you gave birth, it's a dog.
Facts.
And I love animals. I had my dog 16, I loved her. Okay, but we didn't have all this high-powered bullshit for cat food and dog food. Well, I see people ordering a fucking what is it? Some Healthy Heart or some shit for their dog, $150 a month, but it's got peas and rice and meat. Yeah, mine ate the same shit. It was called fucking leftovers. And his were better because they were seasoned. I had to stop feeding his dog food. We had two kinds of dog food back then, Alpo and fucking Gravy Train. And my dog knew that was not fucking gravy.
Yo.
And Alpo gave her dog fart so fucking bad.
Oh, that Alpo. I can
taste that in your mouth. No, you fuck you. Here's some gumbo. Eat that shit.
Yo.
One of my friends called me up crying one day. I said, what is your problem? Well, we took Piper to the vet. And she's going to have an operation. It's going to cost $9,000.
Yeah.
And you called me why? Well, I know you love Sassy. And you would have done that for her. I would have made her comfortable. And I would have said, I'm going to miss you. But for $9,000, I can buy another you.
No, I ain't
and a
buying
down
another
payment
one.
on a car.
I'll miss my dog.
So anyway, I'm cutting up with my friend. I'm making fun of her and her damn pets and shit. And my other friends walk in. And all of a sudden, they're looking at their medication. They got their little pill boxes. You know, I love them. Mama had one Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, a.m. And every time I looked at it, the only fucking thing I could think of was that, damn, that would have come in handy in the 70s.
It would
That
have.
would have alleviated a lot of fucking problems.
Yo, I hear a
Monday,
lot of boys say
Valium.
that shit, yo.
Tuesday, Quaaludes. Wednesday, weed. Thursday's happy. LSD. And Friday's Valium. Again, because we fucked up all week.
But on Thursday, she gets the D. Yo, this OA is funny. Listen what she mentions that she does. That would have came in handy for. You would have thought she said for some pills. No, man. Nah. Thursday is for some D.
Monday, Valium. Tuesday, Quaaludes. Wednesday,
Yo.
weed. Thursday's happy. LSD. And Friday's Valium. Again, because we fucked up all week. And I'm like, they look at me and I'm like, what? They're like, don't you have a box? I'm like, I have some Altoids. They're like, wait a minute. You don't take medication? I'm like, well, sort of. I'm on blood thinners. Coors Light.
Don't call Steve Austin, huh?
I love Crown Royal, man. But Crown Royal, not Crown Apple, maple syrup, caramel, pumpkin.
She's talking about the liquor.
Spice or whatever the fuck they're coming up with. I'm a grown woman. I drink whiskey. Okay? They invented that other shit for you little pussies that can't drink fucking whiskey.
Yo, she just came at everybody that ever drank some flavored liquor. Damn. I like the original Jack Daniels, but I love me some honey Jack Daniels. Damn, she came at me too, but I like both of them. So what does that make me? A sissy? No. A half a sissy? Man, I know I ain't a pussy because I got a pussy, so damn, what does it make me? Huh. You got me in a limbo there.
That's like Jack Daniels with honey. Are you fucking kidding?
Told
I
you.
drank that when I was 12. My mom called it a hot toddy.
Damn.
By 15, I was asking for.
Her mom gave her that when she was 12. Look, listen, man, even though honey Jack Daniels has flavor in it, that John creeps up on you. I love Jack Daniels. I be grooving off that John. Like Jack Daniels, when I drink, that's my go-to. If it's not honey, it's Jack Daniels. If not, I'll go to something a little lighter, like she said. Then that makes me a little that makes me a pussy. I guess I'm pussy two ways. I'm a pussy and I got a pussy. Ain't that some shit? Damn, because I like Alizé too. Snap.
For two, Mom is. I got a cough.
Yo, I'm dead. I'm dead. She funny as hell.
They're like, wait a minute. You don't take medication? I'm like, well, sort of. I'm on blood thinners. Coors Light. Crown Royal. I love Crown Royal, man. But Crown Royal, not Crown Apple. Maple syrup. Caramel. Pumpkin spice or whatever the fuck they're coming up with. I'm a grown woman. I drink whiskey. Okay? They invented that other shit for you little pussies that can't drink fucking whiskey.
Yo. I guess we can't take it, huh?
That's like Jack Daniels with honey. Are you fucking kidding? I drank that when I was 12. My mom called it a hot toddy.
Damn, why was your mama giving you
By 15,
Jack
I was
Daniels
asking
at
for
12?
two. Mom is, I got a cough. Bad.
Jack Daniels be popping though.
And I love Merlot. And my friend was like, oh, good, Caroline, you drink wine. The doctors say that one glass of wine a night. One glass, bitch, that's like one chip. That shit don't happen at my house.
Yo.
Saddest night of my house is that when that empty bottle hits the bottom of my trash can. Son of a bitch.
Yo.
Ooh, Walmart's still open. So they're like, wait a minute. You eat what you want now? So it's pretty much in moderation. You still smoke? Uh-huh. Yeah, every once in a while. And you drink. I believe we covered this.
Yo.
They're like, wait a minute. You look different than us. I don't know. He said, yeah, you do. What's the look you have? I said, evidently happiness.
Yo.
And she said, what makes you happier than us? I looked at her. I said, let me ask you a question. She said, what? I said, you ever get a wedding invitation from me?
Basically, she's single. Yo. Being single
She goes,
makes her happy.
I said, what do you mean? Oh. So, well, you don't have a man. I said, you're right, but you have a man. You've had him for 50 fucking years. What'd you do to him? He used to be hot. And why is he cleaning his ears out with his car keys? Why the fuck is he doing that? She's like, well, you don't have a husband. I said, actually, I have two, but their wives won't let them out as often as I like. I have to explain that joke to my mom.
Oh, she the side chick.
No, I've never been married. And I'm tired. You know, I came close twice and I dodged that bullet. And, people ask me now why. I got tired of telling them why. And there's no I forgot.
Yo.
Seriously, I did.
You got amnesia on that
during
answer.
COVID, I was like, shit, there was something I was supposed to do. And so, listen, I went to work right out of high school. I did go to college for like 2 years. It wasn't for me, okay? So I went to work at the phone company. I worked with them for 4.5 years. And that's when I lost all my weight. Was there, and I couldn't afford to buy all new wardrobe, so I quit that and I went to work for one of our big retail shops there that sold women's a great line of clothing. So I looked very fucking good. In 1977, I left Lafayette, Louisiana, Maurice, Louisiana, moved to Houston, Texas, went to work in the oil and gas industry. I stayed in that industry for 22 fucking years, okay? And if they ask you about the 70s back then, yes, it was fucking amazing. You know, I took my little birth control pill like a good little girl and bucked my way through the 70s, all right?
Yo, what the fuck? Wait a minute.
I'll never forget when I got him from my gynecologist. He said, Caroline, there's some side effects. He said, as long as that side effect don't call me mama and I got to put it through college, I don't give a fuck.
Oh, you talking about birth control
And then I
right
stayed in
now.
that industry until I decided it was a good idea to open up a fucking restaurant. Okay, if you ever wanted to have that idea, this is what I tell people. If you've never opened up, if you want to, I can cook, I'm going to open up a restaurant. Okay, this is what you do. Go to the bank, take all your money out, get in your car, go down the highway at a high rate of fucking speed, roll down the window and throw all your fucking money out the window. It will save you back problems in 30 fucking years. So I went back to work for a little while and I was like, nope, this ain't, that's when I started doing stand-up. I was 40 years old. This job has taken me, it's taken me around the world.
I really want to see all her old videos. I got to see all her videos. I've only caught a couple of them. I gotta keep looking up. I gotta find all her videos. She's been doing stand-up comedy since she was 40. I want all the old ones.
Man, it's taken me around the United States. That's how I met Charlie and a lot of these guys. All right, I've been blessed. I've been in Japan, South Korea, Okinawa, Sicily, Guam. I've been to Kosovo. I just finished a military tour in March back in Europe and in Germany. I went to Iraq 3 fucking times. Then in 2013, I went to work for Carnival and I was on a ship until the fucking pause. For, probably 300 days out of the year, I was working constantly. So, yeah, I forgot. But you know what I get? They don't care about all that. So you a lesbian? No, I like dick. I just want Dick to come to my house, do what Dick wants to do, and then Dick's got to go back to Dick's house.
Yo.
Because I know what comes with Dick, his fucking family. There's always an overprotected mother that everybody's terrified of. There's a husband, but you never see the husband. He's been working on a shed for the last fucking 35 years on a lawnmower. There's a bipolar sister and a brother with eyes way too fucking close to each other. That's what comes with Dick. And I'm pretty certain Dick could not have gone through menopause with me. I kept thinking about that during the 2 years we were down, about poor men that woke up one morning, his wife started going through menopause. I prayed for them.
Yo.
I prayed for you young people who don't know menopause, pay the fuck attention. Especially young girls. They're like, oh, it can't be as bad as PMS. I get so moody. Bitch, you ain't seen the grand finale of fucking Moody.
Yo.
I don't care where I'm at.
She may be scared to reach menopause. I keep saying it, man. I used to say I can't wait to reach menopause so that way I don't got to deal with them days. Man, she makes menopause seem like it's the worst days of your life.
I can be on a ship. I can be in church, a grocery store. I know what woman is going through menopause. All I have to listen for is this. Y'all not hot? It's just me. Y'all not hot? No, feel my neck.
Like she had a fever.
Oh my God. And you see, generation of women my age, our mothers did not talk of that. Oh, no.
No?
They didn't even talk to us about our periods. You found that out from the girl ahead of you in high school. She came home from the summer and she had tits. I wanted to know if I was.
She ain't lying, yo. I didn't find out about my period through my mom. She gave me the explanation after it was plain to me. Like, who does that? But back then, a lot of parents didn't have these type of talks with their kids. A lot did. Shout outs to those parents, yo.
Getting some of those. And back then, now, it's all over TV. You can see it all on TV. And all the sanitary products. My God. I saw one the other day for Tampon Pearl. I'm like, fuck, is that like Cracker Jack? You get a prize? What is that shit? We had one. I'll never forget when mine started. I was at a high school basketball tournament. My stomach hurt. Well, I'm a big girl. I thought I was fucking hungry. Ate 2 hot dogs. Got home and found out that wasn't the fucking problem. My mother comes in and runs out screaming. I'm like, fuck me, I'm dying. She's gone for 20 damn minutes. I'm like, oh, now you're going to drink a cup of coffee and have a cigarette? I don't think that's the time. She comes back with a pamphlet for me to read. This funky looking belt. And a pad that looked like I had a head wound.
Yo. I gotta look and research what the pads looked like back in the 60s and the 50s.
and runs out the bathroom screaming, "Today you are a woman." I'm 12. But hell no, nobody warned her. I was 47 years old when menopause started with me. I didn't know what. I went to bed. I was a happy woman. I woke up the next morning naked on top of the roof of the scope rifle going, y'all not hot?
I don't want to read menopause. If menopause makes a woman strip in public, oh no, I'm staying in my house like a gay woman, yo. I'll strip in my house faithfully anytime. Then I'll turn around and ask my baby pop, are you hot? Touch me. Just touch me. Yes. Hell yes. I don't give a fuck if I'm hot. Shit. Take this heat off of me. Pull the fire out. Like shit. Become my firefighter for the night. Shit. But no. Menopause out in the streets. She said she woke up on the fucking rooftop.
Is it peel my neck? Oh, and a hot flash? Fuck me. That's like somebody stuck a hot pole up your ass like flame on.
She just said us women get hot flashes. She just compared us to the fucking creature from Tremors. You know, the one that farts, flames come out, and then it flies off. Oh my God, what she just compared us to. I'm dead.
And you don't know when it's coming.
No,
God left that little part out. No warning. You could be at church. You could be talking to your pastor. And you're like, Father, that was a great sermon. Fuck you.
She said it gives you Tourette syndrome too.
Handed you. I am so sorry, Pastor. I'm so sorry. Yeah, you're not hot.
Yo.
Feel my neck. You're not hot. And how many times you guys woke up at 4 o'clock in the morning, she's standing on top of you naked? Fix the fucking air conditioner. I want to see penguins in this son of a bitch. You understand me? Happy feet.
I'll be like, baby Pops, make it feel like the North Pole, and I'll make your dreams come true. Let's come on. Yo, are you hot? Just touch me. Just touch me.
Happy feet. You're not hot. No, feel my neck. And then all of a sudden, we are the Karate Kid with the blankets. Blankets on, blankets off. Blankets on, blankets off.
Shit, we gonna be doing Karate Kid, all right. Blankets on, blankets off. Fuck the blankets, yo. It's too hot. Now cool me off. My firefighter gotta pull these flames down, man.
Oh, blanket. I'm hot. I'm cold. I'm hot. Fuck.
And he a Pisces too?
Now, you young men, pay attention to what I'm going to tell you. That woman you married, that you love so much, there's going to be a change coming. You're going to come home.
Yo, she warning all the men. I'm going to start doing that. I'm going to start warning. Yo, I'm going to talk to my son too. I got to have a deep conversation. Should I do it now or should I wait when he hit his 20? I don't know.
Home one day. And it's going to be so fucking cold in your house. And you're going to go, Alexa? And you go here, hell no, motherfucker. I've been dealing with that bitch all fucking day long. She's hot. She's cold. She's hot. She's cold. Call Siri.
I'm dead. Yo, Android said, fuck you. Go to the iPhone now. Leave me alone. That bitch probably got more data, more energy to deal with you.
You're going to start walking towards that thermostat, as we like to call a dead man walking. And the closer you get to that thermostat, from the back of the house, you're going to hear something. This growl coming from that woman that you love and that you married because of her sexy, silky voice. All of a sudden, Chewbacca is living in your house.
She just called us Chewbacca. My baby Pops, yo. It's not like when he said us women are unstable creatures. You got an elderly woman saying that when you hit menopause, we turn into motherfucking Chewbacca. Lord have mercy.
And these words are going to come out. Don't touch that motherfucker.
Yo. Chewbacca, more like the Exorcist. What's her freaking name?
And a knife will go past your left ear.
See? The Exorcist.
And you see, I feel sorry for you guys because you get no fucking warning. None. All of a sudden it's like, oh my God, who is this woman? So we need to invent a candle. a big black candle that's battery operated, that when you put it on, shoots red flames. That way, when you come home from work and you open the door and you go, fuck, the candle's lit. And you look around for the kids, the cat, the dog, and you go, she killed them. And from the back of the house, you can hear a little bitty voice. Daddy, we cold, Daddy. Daddy, Jimmy can't feel his legs, Daddy. Come on, get the cat, get the dog. Let's go. Get your brother. Let's go. Get in the car. Why, Daddy? Where are we going? Get in the damn car. Just get in the car. But, Daddy, what's wrong with Mama?
Run for your life, kids. Yo, that's crazy. Instead of, honey, I blew up the kids, you got a father sitting here telling their kids to run for their life because Mama has went crazy. Let me go handle her first real quick. Then I'll come for y'all.
Get in the car. Why are we leaving? Get in the damn car. Why, Daddy? Because the candle has been lit. God bless y'all. Thank you.
Man, the candle has been lit. Shout out to y'all. I don't know why I ain't find this lady before. Shout out to Caroline Picard, the Cajun queen of comedy. I love her comedy. I'm really gonna be searching up her old videos. I want to give a shout out to those that have supported a shorty, has been rocking out with a shorty for a minute already. Thank you all for, sharing the videos, helping the shorty bring awareness, rocking out with a shorty. Like, regardless of anything, y'all have really, been here for a shorty. So I appreciate all of y'all. Hold on 1 second. Damn.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. So I hope all of y'all enjoy the content. I'm about to get off this, John. Till next time, it's your shorty Rachel. And I hope y'all had a blessed and humble day and continue to have a blessed and humble morning.